And fam, we continue with part 2 of 49er Talk. Let's just go all night, you know what I'm saying? Because, the bad news today is this. I just want to go over that real quick, because tomorrow it seems that we get underway for real. The 49ers is, it's considered the first day of the season. And they've already said, and Field Yates, I'm reading Twitter here, Field Yates has already said the 49ers announced that linebacker Reuben Foster will not take part in team activities. While tending to his current legal matters, the offseason workout program begins tomorrow. Oh, man, there's just something wrong with the fact that Reuben's not going to be involved and he's such an integral part of this team. I just want to make it plain and clear to those because some people have gotten on me about this. Do you even care about what he done? I do. Of course I do. Can I make that really clear? I do not in any way, shape, or form condone men beating up on women, especially if this report's anywhere near accurate. That would be outrageous. Big as Reuben Foster is, beating a woman about the head 8 to 10 shots, shattering her eardrum. Now, what I want to know is, did he really do it? And some people are mixing up the fact, allegations that need to be proven. Now, if the DA has a case, I understand, yes, he must have legitimate reason to believe that that's what took place. I'm just saying I want to know, is it the truth? That's all I'm saying. And as I say, if he did it, goodbye, Reuben. But can we please finish the process? Make sure. Anyway, subject of the day also is, I'm sure we're going to talk about Reuben at some point. You can talk about him all you like. The subject of the day is, though, I saw John Lynch, and the media's going wild this week. You got to be careful about the media because they sort of like make up scenarios that aren't even happening just to get our attention, right? So I'm seeing where John Lynch, should he trade down or is he contemplating trading down? And then I keep thinking, trade down where? There are people out there that are, now I've looked around and just got through watching Red Gold GM. There's bodies out there, there's teams out there that could make a deal like that. And then you trade down and you get people because there's some quality picks that could be had because the pressure is off once you leave the top 10. We're in the top 10. If you pick up in the top 10, that player better be somebody you're going to put on the field from day one. He'd better be that good because usually that's what they're supposed to be. So, but if you trade down, now you can take the little risky picks. Those players that may be the absolute bomb, but they may not. So if you get them and they're not, you don't look so bad because you weren't in the top 10. So you pick up, let's say, the Patriots pick, right? 23 and 31, like what has already been mentioned. And maybe you use it to trade back into the first round. You take 23 and trade 31, or you take 31 and trade 23. Probably make more sense. I trade 23, I keep 31, and I get back up in the first round. But the thing is, where am I going with that? Anyway, the thing is, someone said if you could trade with New England, now you can go down there and probably guys like Isaiah Oliver, Marcus Davenport's probably a long shot. A lot of people believe in Marcus Davenport. I don't think it's going to get past 20, actually, because a good edge rusher is very hard to get, and they are all so important. Imagine if we had an edge rusher that actually could get it done. They could actually draw enough attention to make that quarterback say, oh, God, here he comes. Steps up. Oh, it's DeForest Buckner. Bam! And Solomon T and everybody else is up in the front line. So that is a part that I hope gets better with the 49ers this year. But this is the thing. And somebody even said last hour, you may be able to pick up Harold Landry down there in the 20s. I said, who said that? Are you serious? I like the idea of that. Okay. And also, I'm trying to stay unbiased because I'm trying to, host a conference. Dez Bryant on the 49ers. Some people are very strongly feeling about that. I just want to say, if indeed that was the Dez Bryant, I'm talking about the same Dez Bryant, grew up a little boy in Texas. If that was the same Dez Bryant as it was a few years ago that was stretching over the line for a touchdown that would have taken him to the Super Bowl, I would say hell yeah. But I've not seen that Dez Bryant in a long time, and everybody blames Dak Prescott. And maybe that's true. Okay, I don't see the same Dez since that foot injury either. He's not gaining separation. He's not beating people down the field. I think that's why Josh Norman stood up for him. Because Josh says, hey, he ain't no threat to me no more. So y'all don't treat Dez like that. I said, Josh, since when are you on the Dez train? You guys used to have some epic battles. So, but that's the way it is. So, you deal with somebody all the time, especially your adversary. You tend to start to develop a relationship. It becomes a strange romance, right? So that's why I'm saying I do truly believe we could pass on Dez. It's my only feeling. But if you want him, I'm willing to listen. I mean, everybody's willing to listen. But I don't want Dez for the reason he's not that good anymore. He's okay. He's still pretty good. But he's not Dez that we remember. And I read one place here, the guy says, well, it made me laugh so hard. I had to answer him. He says, remember, Julio Jones got 1,877 yards. Dez should call San Francisco. Oh, man. Do not mistake Dez Bryant for Julio Jones. They were never alike. Oh. But it's a program, right? I understand that you think Julio did as well as he did because of Kyle's offense. And that's partially true. But if you're looking for Dez to come to San Francisco and get 1,877 yards, that is not going to happen. It is not the same Dez. And also, okay, let me stop working Dez because I'm showing my bias here. I don't want Dez Bryant. But anyway, if you do, I got no problem with that. Let everybody else. There may be a lot of people in that camp too. So let's go ahead and go to the phone right now. And it's Repent, all flexed up, looking good. Repent, what's happening, man?
What's up, Ronbo? How's it going?
It's going great, man. I'm just feeling bad about the fact that Reuben can't come in and join the rest of his teammates because of his issues. And also, is John Lynch going to trade down, or is he going to stay pat and see what he can get? Or is Dez Bryant, is he going to be a 49er, Repent? I'm going to like him like I did Sherman. Sherman came to the team. You know how we all felt about Richard Sherman. And we've accepted him, and we embrace him like he's our long-lost brother now. So if Dez Bryant comes in, you know what, though? I never hated Dez. I just don't think he's worth a spot. But, your feelings.
Yeah, I guess I'll get started on Dez Bryant. The main issue with him is he's going to want to get paid, Ronbo.
Yeah.
So, the thing that I really don't like too much about Dez is, to me, he's a recovering diva, Has
he recovered yet? I thought he still was.
Well, I mean, I know I think he's grown a little bit. I will give him that,
I'll give him that. Okay.
But, he's going to want to get paid. Now, if he were to come in and say, okay, I'll take a pay cut, I'll get humbled, all right, I'll change my attitude, that would be great. But at the same time, Rumble, I will say this, man, we have such a good thing going on right now on the offense. I do not want to see even for a second Dez Bryant go back to the sideline, throwing his helmet, pissed off. It's like I will lose it if I see that and see him do that. So that's definitely what I don't want to see. Can you 1 second? Can you get the baby? Get the baby. Get the baby. Shut the door. Sorry. All right,
the baby's gonna wake up.
So so like I said, a lot has to depend, and I'm a little bit more concerned. There's a little bit more risk than reward with Dez Bryant. And the reality is, Ronbo, Kyle Shanahan, Garoppolo, they can put almost any receiver out there, and they're gonna put the ball in their hands, man. That's the reality.
That's my thing. So, you don't need Dez to get receivers.
And now I do think, like, okay, Dez Bryant doesn't have to be number one. He could be a really good number two, but it's got to be at the right price. And that's what
Yeah.
I think is going to be the major problem. But as far as Reuben Foster, I was really thinking, before the news came today, uh, 49ers were saying it would be really good for his development to still be a part of the structured activities that the Niners do. It'll keep him motivated and focused. And I thought that sounded good, even though I think it kind of would maybe look bad overall for the
Yeah.
Niners organization.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
not a
not
good look.
surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they decided to go this route because I do think they need to, set some kind of boundaries, and like you said, man, if there's a chance this guy's like guilty of what he did, then man, it's nothing
Goodbye.
personal, but you have to say goodbye,
Yeah, I
you
know.
know.
I agree.
And personally, I think it might be tougher for the locker room and the organization for him to be so involved and then you say goodbye,
Oh, yeah.
So,
Good point. Yeah.
oh, like I can't imagine that, man. So, I think it's best, I really do wish that Foster can maybe turn this into a positive thing. I'm sure he understands, like, hey, look, you're pending some serious cases, dude. You could even go to prison. You got a lot more things to worry about than football right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
True.
So,
Oh, man. Well, I'll also repeat real quick. What do you think about trading? Is John Lynch going to stand pat on this? Or is he going to trade down?
I think he's got to trade down, man. I
Yeah.
mean, we were just talking about, oh, where's all these picks and players going to go on the roster? As of right now, we might need a middle linebacker.
I
So
know. Damn it.
okay,
Oh.
so if the Niners, man, I'll tell you, if they could trade down and get that extra pick, this blow as far as for the 49ers roster doesn't have to feel so significant. I mean, I would still be sad, for Reuben Foster, as a person, as a young man who, would have had a bright future, but man, they could really, really get additional draft pick, and get still a talented linebacker. They got another linebacker out of Alabama. He's pretty good too. I forget his name, but they're saying he's going to go in the late first round too.
Rashawn? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I forget his last name. But yeah, well, we'll see. Well, Ben, I'm gonna tell you what. I think we'll see you tomorrow. We may set up and do this again tomorrow because it's the first day of the real opening day. It's just such a sad occasion without Ruben. But anyway, all right, fam. Let's get back to the
All
baby,
right,
and I
man.
look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
All right, man. You have a good night. Good show,
All
man.
right, you too, Ben. Thanks. All right, that's it. And there's Fox.
Good to, hey, Ronbo, it's good to be back with you.
Hey, Fox. Yeah, how you doing? We haven't saw you in a couple of days, actually. How's everything?
I, I know, hey, everything is good. Great show as always. First and foremost, I got to thank you and your production team, Ronbo, for everything you do. You're a treasure to the 49ers empire, brother. So,
Well, thanks, Fox.
so
Appreciate that.
I, I, I just have a few things to touch on before, you and I can have more of a conversation. First, I wanted to say this today, but my friend, our friend Bashar already said it on Friday. We have to have, as the empire, we got to have respect for women. We can't be calling them names. That separates the 49ers from lesser football teams, namely the
Yeah.
Raiders. And
Yeah.
so that was a great message from Bashar on Friday. I really liked hearing that. Now, Reuben Foster's charges are concerning, and we've talked about this on Friday, Rombo.
Yeah.
These are not softball charges. The prosecutors had a long time to consider. They maxed out. They had like one day before they had to either charge him or not. They took all their time to consider this, and they moved in this direction. And I've seen comments online saying that they didn't have probable cause to go see his guns, in particular on the gun charges.
Right.
But that's false. I mean, both the statement from his girlfriend and the domestic violence allegation provided enough probable cause to go search and take away the guns. So those charges are solid.
Yeah.
Now,
If they take
now
the gun
the
away for
domestic
that reason, you're
violence,
right.
yeah, no, so that's solid. The preventing her from calling is also solid. If he smashed her phone and if he restrained her in any way from reporting, that's felony. That's the other felony charge, and of course the main one, the domestic violence. So unfortunately for Reuben, I'll say unfortunately for Reuben, these are solid charges. So the 49ers are going to have to they're going to wait and see. But he's not, like everyone said, he's not going to play football this year. But so it's quite a dilemma for the Niners, because do they stand by him? Because there's an argument the Niners can make to the public to say, we're going to keep this guy. He's going to be under our wing. If we release him, maybe he'll do other bad things. So the Niners can make an argument despite all the pressure from. I mean, the media has really run with this. I mean, these groups, the media, they've really gone on with this, and they're putting pressure on the Niners. So we'll see what happens, Ronbo.
No, you're right. I'm scared to death. And it's for selfish reasons. And most of us, I don't know about you, Fox, but my concern is I had an all-pro middle linebacker, and now I got this kind of problem. I didn't want it. God.
No, we all feel that way, Ronbo, and that's where all of us are frustrated with Reuben, and some people are frustrated, with just everything that happened, and I'm chief among them. This is really, it's disappointing because this guy had his whole career ahead of him. You know what I mean? He had some injuries in his rookie year. He maybe, he still played really well. He showed so much potential, but he's just going down a wrong path. And part of that, maybe he didn't have a father. It sucks because maybe he didn't have that. Well, he certainly didn't have a father figure to look at. Maybe some of these coaches could have done a slightly better job, but he didn't have that father figure that most of us were lucky enough to have in life to say, hey, this is not acceptable. Walk away in that situation. And it just sucks that this had to happen. And I don't think I mentioned this on Friday, but some people have mentioned it. I really liked seeing the teammates there in support, because he's so far from home, and just when he might have nobody, I like that the teammates were there showing solidarity, despite the horrible charges against him.
Yeah. Well, Fox, we got a little over a minute left here. You want to say anything about the fact that we may be trading down, or would you trade down? You think John Lynch is going to trade down? I say.
You know what, Rombo? This should be the last year we have draft position this high, so I want to use it as efficiently as possible.
Good point.
If Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch determine that it's most efficient if we trade down and get picks, especially that we might be without Reuben for a year or more, like if Reuben's not coming back to us,
God,
that would make sense. If there's a player they love, Rombo, I wouldn't even trade down one spot and risk losing that player. Let's get that guy we love if he's there. But like people have talked about, if they're happy with a few players, we could trade down a few spots. We could trade down more than a few spots and really maximize that draft position, Ronbo.
Yeah, Fox, you're making way too much sense, man. Because you know what? We're not supposed to be in this ninth position next year. If we're drafting next year, we're drafting in the mid-20s. Okay, I hear you.
Hopefully at number 32, Ronbo. Hopefully at number 32, if you know what I mean.
There you go. Fox, let me see you tomorrow. We're going to be back here tomorrow because it's the first day of the season, okay?
All right, man. You have a great show tonight, all right?
You too. Thanks,
Talk
Fox.
To you tomorrow.
All righty. And let's go to Twin. Hey, Twin. Twin riding his big rig down the road. Hey, Twin.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Twin, I got a question real quick about truck driving. Do you have, is that an automatic transmission in that big tank, or is that 4-speed?
Yeah, I got a 2018 automatic. It drives like a Cadillac, man.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That must be smooth as silk. Hey, but Twin, now
everything, man.
We got several situations. We got the Reuben situation, of course, and is John Lynch, is he gonna trade that pick down? And is Dez Bryant somebody you'd like to see on this football team?
All right, let me start off with Dez Bryant. And that's a big
Everybody
no.
does. Dez. Woo. Go ahead.
For one, he's getting up there in age. For two, it's too much money, and then three, like the team chemistry. Yeah, he's getting older and more mature, but we just
Yeah.
don't. I feel like he's declining in his production, and he's not getting no faster. And
Ain't
I
that the
just I
truth?
just don't want Dez in our organization. I don't think that would be a good fit. If we went and got Dez, we should go get Odell Beckham. If we're gonna spend that much money,
Mm-hmm.
we might as well go get a young receiver. If we're gonna spend that type of money, go get Odell Beckham.
Right.
I feel
And you're right too, because you know
for the
what?
future. If you want to build for the future, yeah,
Yeah, because both of them are divas, and if you go get a diva, get a young diva. You know,
yeah.
one that can still
You know what I
move.
mean. Get a young freshman, man. Don't get an old jalopy, man. Go get that new sports car. Don't, you know what I mean? But
Oh.
as far as Reuben, man, we need a moment of silence for Reuben Foster, man. It's like when I seen that about the busted eardrum and all that, I was like, I didn't want to believe it at first, and I was just like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for Reuben Foster, man. Like I'm gonna just pray for him, but he ain't gonna be the same after this. It's a wrap. He was
Probably,
young,
yeah. Another good point.
but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We all grown men, and we got to go through certain situations. We got to learn from life experiences. So, you know what I mean? You don't get a instruction manual on life sometimes. So, you just got to go through it. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna just pray
Twin,
for him, but
hey,
it's a wrap.
but Twin, you know, I was asking on that too. Now, if we would have stuck, it seems like the 49ers are doing their best to stay with Reuben all through this. What if we would have had this kind of attitude with Alden Smith? And we did kind of, because we went through it with. How many times did he get the phone call to do Trent Baalke come in? We went 3 times with Alden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I think John Lynch is just like, you know what I mean? He went out on a limb for him. I think they're just debating on, they're trying to get together what they're going to do with him. They don't want to talk about it too much, but I think they're going to eventually release him. But they just don't want to come out and do it right now because it's just a lot of controversy. They want to deal with the draft. You know what I mean? They got other stuff to deal with on top
You
of
right?
that. But
See that, and then there's that. Twin,
yeah.
they won't let
And
him
then I
work
think
out
we
with the
should-
guys tomorrow. He might be getting let go next week. Damn.
Yeah, because he's not even doing OTAs or nothing, so he's on the way out the door, man. I don't want to sound negative, but that's just the way it is. But
The way it
as
looks.
far as trading up, I think we should go and get Edmonds or Rokon, and then I think we should trade back in and give up our next year's first round because we ain't gonna really need it next year. Trade
Good
for
point.
our first round and then trade for that second first round. I mean that second first pick, and trade and give a first round to get back in that round and go and get like a Davenport or a Landry and then get Edmonds, and I think we'd be straight, and then get that cornerback in the third round.
Damn.
And then I think we'd be straight.
Just gave me an
with
idea,
that.
Twin. I like Twin. You know what the 49ers might do? The 49ers may give up that first round pick for next year. This year, they
And
may
that
do that and
second
keep their
round,
ninth
and
pick
that
at the
second
same
round.
time. Or second round pick from next year and go ahead and get Nelson or whomever else they want and keep the ninth round.
Right.
Ooh, they don't. Oh, God, what an awesome idea.
Yeah, man. But we just gotta move on, man. Stay faithful. I know it was like a low blow to the whole team, and you know what I mean. We've been through worse stuff than that. You know what I mean. So we'll get over it. But I just feel sorry for Reuben Foster and that girl though. That you know what I mean. Nobody deserves that
No, I
at
know.
all.
I
So
don't.
you know our organization. We don't even play around with that. So
Yeah.
he's not coming back to our organization.
Oh.
Hopefully he don't go to the Rams or somebody like that.
Y'all see, there's a
That'd be
thing.
ugly.
Oh, he'll come back with another team. All right, Twin. Well, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Okay. Man,
All
bad
right, man.
news.
Shout out to you, Ronbo Sports, man.
Thanks, Twin.
I ain't been on here in a while, but
Yeah.
I'll be always on here, man. Shout out to
Hey.
the Empire, man.
All right, fam. We be thinking about
Let's
you.
get ready for this draft party. Man.
Yeah, we could still party, especially if they do that trade you suggested. I just realized that's a potential. All right, Twin. Have a great day, man.
Oh, you
And-
too, man.
All right, let's see. Hey, Shay. Yo, Shay.
Hello, Ronbo.
Hey, Shay. How you doing,
Hey,
man?
how you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, man, I could be a lot better if I knew Reuben was coming back, and also if I knew what we were going to get in the draft. Man, I tell you, it's just not a nice day. And tomorrow, I think we're going to do this tomorrow too, because I want to know. We start the season. Are they getting ready to tell Reuben goodbye? Because somebody just wrote down here in the chat saying Bruce Miller, same thing. But they said 20 he struck his girlfriend, didn't participate in OTAs. But I thought that happened during the course of
Well,
that weekend.
see
Oh,
what
that's right.
see why Aldon Smith and Reuben Foster are kind of the same is because they're both first round draft picks. I mean, let's be real here, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna be practical with you guys. Reuben, I believe he messed up. I don't condone any actions that he took, but I believe in second chances, and I feel like anybody can change themselves with the help of anger management classes, whatever it may be, to better his life. And not even only on the field, but off the field as a man. A man growing with a young daughter.
Sure.
How would he would not want anybody hitting his young kids. So
Right.
right. So with that being said, I feel like to be completely real, we're not going to let go of Reuben Foster because let's say we cut him, right? Let's say we cut him, right?
Yep.
And then another organization picks him up and they
Oh.
give him a second chance.
Yes.
And now they get an all-pro linebacker who changed his life
Oh.
for the better. Yeah, he didn't play 1 year, but he came back the second year and led the NFL in tackles, and he made the all-pro team.
Oh.
And because, he was hungry because, the Niners gave up on me. So that's what I'm thinking, like, the chances of us cutting him are really slim right now. Like I said, he still has to be convicted of the felonies and the charges.
True.
And to be honest, the domestic violence, there's actually a lot of loopholes in domestic violence cases. Actually, if like they stated, there was no witness who actually saw him attack his girl. It was a he say, she say. If
Right.
the wife if the girlfriend ends up deciding not to press charges anymore, the entire case will be dropped. Actually, so
even if the DA wants to pick it up.
even if the DA wants to pick it up, you can look it up under California law. If there was no other witness and it was a he say, she say, and the girlfriend or whatever wants to actually drop all charges, which I feel like that's probably most likely what they'll end up doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it still looks dirty, and that's
looks
just
really
what business
bad.
is. It looks really bad, but she's not probably going to throw away millions of money, right? So whether he did it or not, and he could fight it, and he could take it to an appeal and completely plead not guilty if But like I said, we still have to see what their charges are. But I mean, not their charges are. Sorry, but we still have to see how this is all going to play out with the DA's office. But they took the last day to finally charge him, so it's kind of like I feel like we might not know the whole truth and what the actual truth is. Like how does
Right.
someone come up with 8 to 10 punches to the head? Like I mean, they said yes, she had trauma, but looking at Foster, have you seen Foster's arms? I mean, 8 to 10 punches. I think that's death right there. I think that's death. You could probably die off of that.
Or brutal bruising and photos. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Why did
Right.
you beat her like that? No photos. Nobody has any photos. Remember
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. If he beat her 8 to 10, if he hit her 8 to 10 times, there would at least be some more significant damage.
I mean,
There
remember
would be a
when
lot
Chris
of
Brown-
trauma.
I remember when Chris Brown
Right.
beat up
Well, yeah,
on,
Rihanna. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man, they showed her face.
Yeah.
She looked like,
Yeah.
and Chris
I hear
Brown
you.
has no
Exactly.
size compared to Reuben.
He has no size, no muscle, no nothing.
Yeah.
So that's I'm
So-
kind of like, But I'm not condoning anything, and if we do have to cut ways, that does suck. He's a great on the field player, but I feel like if this is the best opportunity for him to actually develop as a man, because at the end of the day he's a father. Then if we have to cut him, we have to cut him. But like I was saying, so back to the draft though. I feel like the Niners should. Now I wanted Landry, but now it's going to be Edmonds. I feel like Edmonds is probably the better fit. I was actually looking on film on both. Roquan is more of a Levante David type linebacker. He's a will.
Right.
He's good at stopping outside zone runs. But if you actually looked at the Oklahoma game, running ISOs inside, dives, he was really bad. He got once he got blocked up, he kind of got actually like blown out the way a couple times by the guards.
Not enough size.
Yeah. But he's a good back, though. I mean, he would still fit our scheme because he could play the will. But again, I would say Tremaine Edmonds because if you look at it, right, me and my brother were actually debating this, but if you look at it, after the rookie contract, Roquan will probably be 26, 27. Tremaine Edmonds will only be 23. I mean, the kid's 19 years old. When we draft him, he'll be 19 years old. The guy has so much uphill potential. I mean, they said he's ranked the best because of his athletic ability. But he has so much raw power. I mean, the kid is just
amazing.
Well, I feel like it's kind of what we need.
We do. Shay, we're going to stop there, though, because we got to move out. But listen, I tell you what, hey, come on back tomorrow. Let's continue this, okay?
Okay.
All right,
well, can I say one more thing, though?
All right. Real quick, Shay. If you can do it real quick.
I just feel like the Niners will trade with the Bills and will acquire their 53rd and probably Kelvin Benjamin and their 12th. And that way we can pick whoever at 12th, the pass rusher or linebacker.
Would be the deal.
I mean, if you look at it, to move in the 9 to grab maybe one of the last quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield or whoever may be still left on the board. You never know.
Number 9. Could be.
All right, Ronbo.
Good stuff, Shay. Talk to you later. Can you imagine the 49ers, of all people, end up with Kelvin Benjamin? You see, that would be pretty funny. People are talking about, we don't have the big man for the red zone, which is really, anyway. But if you want a big man for the red zone, although I've never seen Benjamin really tearing up in the end zone. I got to look at that stats. Every game I've seen him, Calvin was really like every other receiver. And I keep saying, size don't always win you in the end zone. If you're going to do that, I'm looking at my tight ends before I look at my wide receivers up 10 yards out, and I insist on throwing a pass. They said, you stop throwing passes in the 10 yards. And if the fade would get outlawed, I'd be happy about it. If you're 10 yards and you're throwing the fade, you get 2. You throw 2, there's a 20-yard penalty, not 15, 20. Stop it. It's not going to work. Hey, Lee.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Hey. Well, Lee, as you know, we're covering a few things. I mean, jump on anyone you want, whether you want to trade down, should we stay pat? Is Reuben Foster gone? Should the 49ers hang with him a little longer? And is Dez Bryant, is he really something you want to add to this young roster that's going to be well, should I say gullible, as Dez is going to the sideline? Kyle, what is your problem? I've been open all day long, man. You don't want to throw the ball to me? What do I need to do? I mean, if you don't want me to play, just tell me and I'll go home right now. Hey, Dez. Sit the hell down now, or you're going home for the last time. I wouldn't deal with this. I wouldn't even put up with it. I would not. But Lee, what are you thinking?
You probably start with the trade down scenario, Ronbo. Yeah,
right.
I like Tremaine Edmonds, but there's a good chance he could go to someone like Chicago, and if that's the case, I think trading with a team like the Bills that have those 2 first-rounders and they have second-round picks as well, I think, whether we get the 12th pick and a second or those 2 firsts, that'd be real valuable to us.
True.
Because we could not only get a defensive lineman, we could also get a linebacker.
Like that.
And you've got guys like Key that'll be there in the second. I like Vita Vea. He's my second favorite player in the draft.
Yeah.
So, I think, trading back and down, is a real good scenario for us. Because we can get our linebacker, even, Rashaan Evans will be there at 20-something in the draft.
Right.
So if we got their 20th pick and their 12th, and then we could get Vita Vea, or we could get the edge like Landry or Davenport at 12, and then still get Evans at 20-something.
Man, now that would be ideal.
So
and would you be interested in trading next year's first or second round pick? Because we're not coming back to the first round next year that high anyway, right? The plan is.
Yeah, hopefully it's a 20-plus, Ronbo, so it's not going to be as valuable as our last 2 first rounders have been. So, I'd trade it if it's, there's a good reason to. Maybe it was, Chubb. Maybe Chubb falls to 7. Do we trade up and get him? I think we do.
Whoa, yes. The Browns would bite on that, and he'll be available at number 4, too. More than likely. All right.
Yeah, and if, say, those quarterbacks go early and, Saquon falls, Chubb might even fall past 4. He could go 5, 6, 7. If he's there at 7, we had the chance to get the best pass rusher in the draft.
Yeah.
Why not trade up? You know what I mean?
Right.
So you either trade up or trade down. There's value on both.
Okay.
What do you think? Would you trade up and get Chubb if he's there at 7?
Not only that, I'm not waiting for 7th. Twin brought up something I'd forgotten all about. I'm getting rid of the second-round pick for next year. If any of those guys in the top 5 or 6 or 7 are willing to bite, you want my second-round pick for 2019? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll give you a third-round pick today, too. They got to bite on that.
So I think there's value either way we go up or down. With the Dez situation, Ronbo, at first, like I was like a lot of people, like, you know, they're saying don't get Dez. You look at his production, it's gone down.
A lot.
But if you actually look at the tape, I was watching a lot of tape yesterday. I think the major reason is not
Dak.
just Dez, it's actually Dak Prescott. Yeah. Like, the thing with Tony Romo and Dez Bryant, like, he knew Dez Bryant like the back of his palm, Ronbo. Like, he said, you know, there's no other... It's going to be hard for any quarterback to come into this team and have the relationship that he had with Dez Bryant. Like, he was his go-to guy. And on a lot of routes, like, people were saying he can't run routes, he can't get separation. But if you look at some of the tape, I was watching coaches film last night, he still beats the best corners in our league. He beat Sherman, he beat Patrick Peterson. He made Janoris Jenkins look silly. If there's a game you go back and watch against the Giants, like, he tore him up to shreds, Ronbo. And a lot of the time, he's similar to how Watkins is used at Rams. Mm-hmm. He lines up a lot of the time on the left-hand side doing deep routes, and they prefer to throw to their right-hand side. And a lot of times his back isn't even to Dez. He can't see what Dez is doing. So, yeah, a lot of overthrows.
So you feel it was Dak that had a lot to do with Dez's production falling?
Oh, most definitely. If you look at the film, it doesn't lie.
What was his production like in 2016? Was he hurt that year? What happened to him? Tony was hurt. Well, Tony's always hurt.
Because it's only his last 2 years that he's really gone down, eh? His last two seasons.
I'm sorry, 2015.
Because there was a year that Tony got hurt.
Yeah, I forgot. Dak started in 2016. So Dez, in 2015, was he? Was that the year that they went somewhere with that and went all the way? They won a lot of games in 2015. That's right.
He went to the playoffs with Dak. He got.
Go ahead.
But that was when he came in and Romo got injured.
Right. And Dez was sort of, I got to go back. I'm going to go back and look at 2015. I want to see.
Because 2015, he got injured too. He missed a lot of that year, eh? It was 2014 that he had a good year, yeah.
That was his last great year, right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, 2014.
Well, we'll see what.
And then the injury comes 2015.
Kyle's going to make the call on that. He's going to know whether or not Dez is going to help him out or not anyway. So if they really want him, they'll go. I don't know that they're going to give Dez the kind of money he wants. So that'll be the interesting thing. So
I wouldn't go crazy and offer him a big contract, only something like team friendly, you know, or something that's like 1-2 year prove it deal.
Yeah. Dez wants to go to Philadelphia.
And you know, when we signed Sherman, no one wanted him, Ronbo.
Yeah, well, Sherman, that's but he came in with his own team friendly deal though. So, all right, Lee, we're gonna go. I'll look for you tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Ronbo. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Shout out to the non-Empire.
Yeah. And that's what Daryl Green. What's he got on his mind today, Daryl?
Hey man, I heard from you, man. Woo! Wow.
Yeah, I know, Daryl. Where you been,
How you doing?
We thought that the wife
was
said, "Look, you
been on vacation.
No more 49ers no more."
Nah, that ain't it.
You took a vacation?
Yeah.
See, Daryl, the good thing about you is a lot of guys take a vacation, and for some reason they feel like it's okay to call in here to the program. And the wife is raging mad. You use good judgment on that. Don't call me when you're on vacation.
She mad because they let a wide receiver go though.
That's right. I forgot. She would be affected by Dez.
Yeah.
You know what? She
she's
watch
mad
her pick
about
up
that
a better one. That's what I'm worried about. Dallas probably pick up somebody now that could get more production than Dez. Because Dez last year was 2014.
What? I thought they picked somebody up from the Jags.
Dallas?
No.
Allen Robinson? No, Allen went.
No, not Allen Robinson. It was another one.
The other
picked
guy.
up.
Oh, yeah, I know you mean. Yeah, I can't think of his name right now. I think they did pick up somebody from Jacksonville. I forget his name. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he said he wanted. Yeah, I guess he wanted to wear that 88 number. But
they lost two. They lost Butler too, which is interesting. Jimmy Jones is not.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't see this helping. They lost all kind of offensive weapons. It's kind of strange. Maybe he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Reuben, man. He can't even go tomorrow. Work out.
Yeah, that's so sad. I'd love to see what he's thinking.
Yeah. Man. Woo. So what do you think they're going to... I don't think they're going to trade down and draft. I think they're going to get that young kid you was talking about. at 20-year-old, 19-year-old, I mean.
Tremaine, everybody thinks that. I wonder if it's going to happen now. Because you know what? We all pretty much, I think 90% or 80% now is on the Tremaine Edmonds trade.
Yeah.
So.
I've been listening to the show, though. Boy, man, people have been fighting and them little, whatever they want to call themselves, Rams. Going there talking stuff.
Whatever they want to call themselves, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the Rams fan. Yeah, the Rams fan came in and started some trouble. So, yeah.
Yeah, Nighthawk. I like Nighthawk. You know, he be going off on everybody now.
I know. Has he changed?
Yeah.
Since the Nighthawk fan club is going on 24/7, he's starting to influence him. He's changing his personality.
Yeah. I'm going to get in this house so I can eat. I'll be calling, more now since, I'm back in town. So.
All right, Dale.
All right, you take care. All right, go on.
Thanks for calling.
All right.
Hey.
I'll tell wife to say hi.
Hey, yeah, tell her I said hi.
Okay.
And let's go. And speaking of Nighthawk, there's Nighthawk and his
What's up, Rambo?
and his popular seat. Nighthawk, it's you, man. Well, Nighthawk, you've heard Reuben has been told he will not be welcomed into the opening day of. He can't show up tomorrow with the rest of the team, and we're wondering. Is it going to be possible for John Lynch? Is he going to stay where he is? You're going to trade down? And Nighthawk, I already know how you feel about Dez Bryant. If Kyle likes him, you like him. So Nighthawk, what do you want to talk about?
Well, like I said, I mean, he's okay, but like I said, I mean, he's a Cowboy, but who knows? Maybe if Shanahan picks him up, they pick him up. If they don't, they don't.
We got to trust that. I agree. Because Shanahan's going to know if he's worth keeping or worth signing up, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, Reuben Foster, I don't know.
Man. Some people convince me that they got Reuben because, people bring the same angle every time. So, you know what? The DA has a solid case where he wouldn't have been bringing it in there. They had the option of whether to drop and not pursue charges or pursue. And they chose to pursue. That means they probably really got something solid. That kind of worries me, Nighthawk, for several reasons. And one, I don't appreciate him beating that girl like that. And number two, why couldn't he just not do that? Damn it. What's wrong with him, Nighthawk? Does he need medication or something?
I don't know. I mean, when it comes to females, you don't do that.
Oh. He just loses
because
his mind?
I mean, you beat them up, it's gonna be trouble.
Big old dude beating. Man, although they don't want to show us any photos. We'll probably see photos on the 30th, I guess, because I'm sure if she went to the hospital, they took photos, and that DA might be going on that. Wouldn't they?
But if he's guilty, what can you do?
Well, you can't do anything but say, damn it, Reuben. All right, you got to go, man. We love football, and we think you're a great football player, but good Lord, Reuben, what did you do? And you got to say goodbye. Oh.
Yep. But if it's not true, if they let it go, then they keep him. But if it's true, then he might be gone.
One guy suggested you want to go ahead. It's one of those things where you might need to forgive him and see if he could change. The only worrisome thing about that is public pressure would be that is not in the court of public appeal. That's not going to work. People are thinking, you guys accept him because he's a good football player. Now you're going to have organizations out there saying 49ers are as hypocritical as you can get. Tremaine Johnson he didn't even do anything. They let him go. He did it, and they proved it, and you kept him. And see, that's not going to work. So he's got to.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I wish he didn't do that. I wish he just no. But like I said, like people say, he didn't have no dad with him. He didn't have no father figure.
Yeah, he had a terrible childhood too, man. I mean, when you think about your dad came and shot your mom, how sick is that? I don't even. You know what that does to a child? I can't even imagine. You and I didn't go through nothing like that, so we don't even know what that feels like.
No, he didn't have. If he had a dad telling him what to do, he wouldn't have been this mess.
Better up racing. Better having a father figure always makes a difference. So, we got a lot of trouble here.
But like I said, I mean, they might have to go. Like I said, they're going to go to the draft, and they're going to have to find somebody like Reuben. But
find somebody like Reuben. Nah, I'm going to see you tomorrow, man, because we're going to set up again for the opening day. So you just have a great night, huh?
Okay, go Niners. 49ers Empire.
And by the way, if you would like to join Nighthawk and a bunch of other people, it's becoming a fun party. I always tell them, guys, I'll get in there as soon as I can, but I never get a chance to get in there. But go to Facebook and type in SOHEL space RAD, and Sheik will get you right in, and you can come on in and join those great conversations and talk 49er football. Even Chris Schultz has been welcomed in. Now, if Chris Schultz can get in with all his bad manners and rudeness, then you can too. Go on, Chris. I love you psycho. Hey, let's go to Maurice.
Ronbo, what's happening, player?
Oh man, Maurice, man, I'm coming off the delusional train, Maurice, and I'm starting to realize it's over, man. Reuben is done. At least for this year, Maurice.
Oh, man.
I'm
I'm thinking at least for this year. Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah.
Man.
But it's one thing that may be influencing this case, and there's a little bit of politics involved with the district attorney.
Yep.
Last year, they had a case in which it was a gang case, I believe, and the district attorney fought to get a pregnant lawyer thrown off the case. He received a lot of backlash for that.
Oh.
And
man.
So a case like this involving a woman getting beat up, there was no way that they were going to let this case slide. So that's one angle of it. It's a little bit of politics involved. Also, the district attorney, where the prosecutor, he has this big push going on right now where they're trying to crack down on domestic violence. So it just looks real ugly right now for Reuben, man. It looks real ugly.
Ooh, Maurice, you bring up, I read where that, he says, this is going to shed a little light on just how bad this situation is. He started throwing numbers, Maurice. How many cases of domestic violence in the Santa Clara area alone?
4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah. Yep. So Reuben's going to be like that example they make. If Reuben Foster can go to jail, that means you can go to jail, and whatever they're going to do to him.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, even if, they're going to trump the case up to make him look bad, even if the charges do become dropped.
Yeah.
Or even if he enters into a lesser plea, they're going to hype this up just to make it look bad for political reasons. But that, on top of that, my dad always told me when it comes to arguing with your woman, there's no argument at all. Don't even argue with them, A man shouldn't be arguing with a woman. It should never get to a point where it's violence and just nasty words exchanged and you dragging people out of the house. And you just got to walk away before it gets escalated to that point.
Yeah, because then afterwards you feel like, what did I do? And now it's too late. The police involved, the district attorney's involved. Unfortunately, you're connected to an organization of high profile. Now they're involved. It's a big mess, Reuben!
It's a big mess.
Damn it!
Big mess. Yeah. But I want to take a quick moment, Ronbo, and I just want to address somebody on our team, and that's Eli Hurl. Ronbo, this man got to go. He got to go, man. He's played 48 games, and he has a total of 5 sacks. This is our starting Sam linebacker right now. When we're looking for the pass rush, we're looking at Eli Hurl. And it's like he's out there giving out free hugs. He runs straight into the offensive tackle, and he have a little dance with the tackle. The object is to get around the tackle and get to the quarterback, man. I mean, this guy is the worst.
Oh, God.
He's the worst. So, as far as the draft, we gotta. I think we need to just go ahead and move down a little bit. Maybe get Landry.
Yeah.
Maybe get Davenport. To me, it doesn't matter as long as they replace Eli Hurl. I'm good.
Hey, real quick,
Yeah,
I love you too. Maurice, we got a little over a minute here, man. What is your? Are you wanting Dez Bryant in a 49er uniform?
No. We if you've been keeping up with the 49ers, man, we're not going to pick up a receiver unless they are a punt return specialist. See, Kyle Shanahan, he's evil, man. He's diabolical. He's looking for a dynamic punt return guy.
Yeah.
Because imagine punting the ball. Imagine if you up by 3, you got to punt the ball to Jimmy G. You in Levi Stadium, and you got to punt the ball to a dynamic punt returner before Jimmy G even get his hands on the ball.
I feel Pettis. Got to be Pettis out of Washington.
And also, all the receivers that we take a look at, they're all punt return specialists. Even Quadri Henderson. Quadri Henderson, Dante Pettis. We're not looking at a receiver unless they can return kicks.
Makes sense too, don't it?
So that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I don't care. You can put Santa Claus. You can put Homer Simpson. You can put anybody at the defensive end besides Eli Hurl, and I'll be happy.
Maurice, on that note, we got to go, man. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be back
tomorrow.
All right,
boy, I appreciate it, man.
Hey, appreciate you, fam.
All right, man. Take it easy, man.
You too. Oh, man,
all
Maurice.
Right,
Maurice bringing all kind of knowledge now, man. That's the DA is. Oh, man, he could be running for Santa Clara mayor, man, after this case, because people are going to think, they got a thing about Levi Stadium and Jed York not paying the rent and a few other things. So we weren't going to get no break in Santa Clara. No way. Reuben. And Devon, come on in here, Devon.
Man, I heard you talking about Reuben and Dez. I said, I got to call back in. I got to get in on this one. This one is too deadly.
Oh, man.
Because this one hurts me to my core because I'm a big Reuben fan, but I'm not a fan of any man that's doing what he's supposedly accused of.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to say he's done nothing, but like you say, when you got companies like ADT and the security system, the security cameras, how do we know we don't have video? Please don't let a video or pictures come out. And then you throw in the witness. If she ran to the car supposedly and stopped someone and had them call 911, what are they going to say she visibly looked like? How was she acting? There's a witness. So we got 2 strikes going against the man right there. Not saying that he's guilty of anything, because the way it's supposed to be is guilty until proven, innocent until proven guilty. No, it's the other way around. He's guilty. Now he has to prove his innocence. Because we've already threw him out there because evidently it must be something that the 49ers are not letting him come to practice.
Gosh, I know, right? And late last-minute development, I got a feeling. Whoa.
Right, and that one was a devastating blow along with finding out that he had got the charges against him. So we got 2 strikes on him already. Now you throw into the fact of the gun situation.
They took that away from him.
They took that away from him.
I saw a photo of it yesterday when they were talking about him online.
See, that's incredible. The young man is just, out of control, and that's why you seen the way I was picking in the draft. We got to find somebody to replace him, plus get a D in. So I don't see it as being nothing positive. See, for example, whenever you do that, ever since Ray Rice did that video, once they got any kind of video on you,
it's
game over.
Yep.
Game over. So I know there's going to be photos either from the hospital or the police station, or maybe the person in the car can say she looked like this. And don't let somebody else's surveillance kitchen where she supposedly threw her out of the house. Well, what about the camera across the street? How do we know it ain't zoomed in on the road or could expand out to Reuben's house?
Because in those kind of high profile, you're right, those kind of neighborhoods, that camera equipment is really trained on everything. You're right.
the next door neighbor's camera catcher going down the street, or the neighbor across the street camera catcher, and she's hysterical or running, look like she's running for her life. Any of that's gonna make him look bad. So it's over. I'm the biggest Reuben fan. Everybody in my family, I bought a jersey for grandson, son, my brother, my cousin. I got about 7, 8 people I know with that 56 jersey.
Now all you can do is use it to wash your car with.
Oh man, it ain't never coming out of the closet.
Damn.
I don't even want to touch it. I'm so disappointed. I'm beyond devastated because last year I was so into having him there. I just knew he would be and he was everything I thought he would be. Except for a little bit of injury. If we can eliminate the injuries, we would have the rookie of the year is what I thought it would be. And he was on that level.
Well, Devon, we got a little over a minute here left. I know you got some things you want to say about Dez. Go ahead and share that with us.
Dez, it ain't about Dez running routes. It ain't about Dez catching balls or beating people like that other young man said. He beat a couple of people and made them look bad. Dez still has that in him. It's just not consistent.
Yeah.
What he didn't say is Dez went over 22 games without 100 yards received. And that up now. 22 games was a couple of years. Now, one of them years he was injured. Romo got hurt, so they were playing with 2 different quarterbacks, so that was a bad year for him.
Yeah.
Still not 100 yards. Then the next year he was injured, and then his third year was with Dak. It ain't just Dak that got him looking bad. It's 3 straight years of him looking bad.
Okay, see that?
So we don't want him. We don't want him. We don't
there
need
it
him.
is. Because I was drinking the Kool-Aid there I just realized maybe he can't play with Dak, but that's 3 years. Dak hasn't been out there for 3 years.
Dak had been out there for 3 years.
Yeah.
So the year before that, Dak got there. The 2 years before that, it was nothing. They got 22 games he'd have played in where he didn't get 100-yard receiving. So what is he going to do for us as a 49er?
Well, Jerry Jones, that's what I'm saying. People don't understand. Jerry Jones don't let talent or people that are helping him win leave. And they had somebody out there holding his car door open for him. So, I don't think.
Didn't just like the DTO. They found every excuse in the world, give him his money and send him on down the road. We don't even need you no more. We don't even want you to show up. We're going to pay you to leave.
There you go. Devon, we're going to go. I'm telling you, fam, I appreciate your input on that one because, Devon is from the Texas in the Dallas area, Frisco to be exact, he sees everything that's going on out of that area. He knows what's wrong with Dez. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, fam. I'll be looking for you tomorrow. We'll be back, actually. So if you get some time, come on, join us.
All right, man. You have a good night, man.
You too, Devon. Yeah.
All right.
And there's James. Come on in, James.
Yo, can you hear me, Ronbo?
Clearly, James. Clearly. James doing the zoom in. There you go, James.
Yeah, brother. I'm trying to get with it. I finally caught up and got it figured out how to download it and everything. And yeah, God is in the blessing business, but I got this cloud hanging over me with Reuben Foster right now.
Oh, so, it's raining too. Yeah.
It's raining hard, man, with chunks of hail in it. I mean, it's bad. But I can say one thing though. I think right now fans need to go ahead and realize reality versus perception. The perception is he's such a great linebacker, we don't want to see him. But I think I'm still believing, though. A caller had said, I think it was 2 callers before the last guy, and it might have even been the last gentleman that was on the phone on the show here with you. This DA, let's not forget, this is an election year for local government, municipalities, and stuff like that.
A quarter, that's right.
Right, and so at the end of the day, with the charges, they're just so hard to believe because if someone would have been punched in the ear or the side of their head 8 or 9 times, especially with a man the size of Reuben Foster, it would have been more than a busted eardrum.
Right, and he's angry punching. Yes.
Thank you. And on top of that, this person now, they say she flagged down somebody in the street and they in the highway and they call the police. But then they're also saying that the neighbors next door heard the racket and they called the police.
So how many cars showed up?
Thank you. And the woman, the victim, she supposedly had made it back to the house when she seen the police cars and stuff there. So I mean, it just goes in different directions. Like somebody is plotting a major case, and I still say today, I've been in my younger day involved with quite a few brushes with the law. Okay. And in those brushes, I realized something. Whenever a district attorney takes the maximum amount of time to present a case, there's a bunch of speculation in there. What he's saying, and the charges that he's speaking about and charging him with.
James, is there something playing in your house?
That's not me. That's somebody else, man.
Okay, guys. Yeah, if we mute you, please don't unmute. All right, we'll get back. And if you when you do come in, no outside noise. I got to turn that off. All right, James. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. But at the end of the day, it's like it just seems to me that something is not right in this. And I mean, I think back about the Ray McDonald charges, kicking a pregnant woman down a staircase at a party.
Well, that made me mad too. I could not believe. I don't know if that's true yet, but that's just awful.
But this is the thing. He beat the charges and went and got signed by the Bears.
I know, right?
And even Tremaine Brock was arrested for doing something somewhere out to eat with his wife or his fiance.
Yeah.
He got arrested, made bail. Matter of fact, the Niners had let him go before he had even processed out of jail. They released him. And what did he do? He went on and beat the charges and went and got signed by Seattle, left the Sea Hags, and then went and played for the Vikings.
Yeah, I know.
And I think he's playing for the Vikings now. So you know what? I look at it like this. I believe Jed York is still going to hold on to this kid because at the end of the day, he's still a young man and people do deserve second chances. Look at Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott had that situation where he beat up one of the girls that went to college with him or whatever. It was on videotape. I mean, the camera caught the incident, some of it, and some way or another, Ezekiel got it pleaded down or whatever and never was found guilty. And he served a 6-game suspension and went back on his team and is still continuing to play. So as bad as it seems, I think like this, one of the things they need to do is just let the legal process play itself out. And if Reuben doesn't get convicted, he's going to get suspended. But I look at it like this. Okay, you suspend him for 8 months to a year, but he still winds up being a 49er at the end of the day. And in this year's draft, right there with that 9th pick, do not trade it. Go and get Tremaine Edmonds and continue to build that defense in that team. Okay? Start out. Why trade that 9th pick for what? We need a linebacker right now, a good middle linebacker. I don't believe in no Roquan Smith because just like the other caller said, on some of the zone read plays with a running back, he was lost. Guards were making themselves look like, yeah, man, I hope they got that for ESPN because that's gonna help me get drafted the way I just put him in the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
I even got rid of Roquan on that play, right?
I had some of his jersey number all up in mine after that one. You know, so at the end of the day, I think if we get Edmonds, I mean, I'm kind of facing the reality that if we got to move on from Reuben, then we'll do it. But I think that Jed York knows he's had 2 pretty good players that wound up with situations like that.
Yeah, we're not going to go all the way down. Yeah, we're not going to go down this road for no long time. That's true.
That's right. And then the thing about it, if you do cut this guy and he winds up going to just say he winds up going to jail for 6 months, God forbid. Now he comes out of jail. He gets suspended for another 6 games. But now he's in and turns his life around, and he winds up going to them hams. Okay,
I know it,
or
and
them
you know it.
hats.
And,
You understand?
James, I do understand. James, we got to stop there, though.
Brother,
Well, I'm going to continue tomorrow because we're going to come on back for the opening day. So, James,
Ronbo,
appreciate you, man.
love what you do.
Thanks,
Nana
man.
Empire, Nana for life, and whatever we do, we will not get no Dez Bryant, okay?
Yeah.
It ain't even in the cards. It's not even in the cards. That's a waste of money, okay? I got a bad hip. They could give me 8% of what they want to pay Dez.
And
I
still
could
might be
show
the
up.
same production.
And I'd be good for about 6 plays, okay? Out the whole game, maybe 6, and one of them would have to be running through the tunnel at halftime. But it's okay.
All right, James.
Love
I'll be looking for you tomorrow,
what you do,
okay?
brother. Stay
All right,
blessed,
man.
man. Be well.
All right, James. Appreciate you. All right, have a good night. It is James. We got all kind of good stuff. And, you know, it's too bad, too. And it does come down to political situation with Reuben. And I do not appreciate what Reuben did. If Reuben did that, but he's done for this year. We need to wrap ourselves around that and start thinking about what they're going to do next. We were so set at linebacker. That's what makes it so sad. Had it been a halfway edge rush or something like that, we know we could probably do better. Ain't nothing to think about. But this is serious to replace a Reuben Foster. All the trash we've been talking about, where are we going next year? Fam, think about it for a minute. If we don't get something nearly equivalent to Reuben Foster, we may have a problem. That's the bottom line. Because we cannot allow the run game to get going on us again. That just cannot be done. And Reuben put an end to that. And especially those last 6-7 games, 5-6. Oh. Hey, Jay.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, Jay, man, we're just contemplating the trade down, the Reuben Foster madness. Do you like Isaiah and Marcus as a late round pick if we trade down? And then, of course, there's that man Dez. That Bleacher Report says number 2 destination for Dez Bryant, San Francisco. And I read that, you go to hell. We know. So we got all that going on.
Oh no! I think definitely due respect. I'm gonna skip over the Dez thing because I went in hard on him on Friday, and I have not much more to say. I'm pretty over that. I can't even talk about it too much no more. I think he's kind of like Richard Sherman, though. I think, like we talked about before, he's a little emotional. He wants some payback. He'll probably stay in the East.
That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. So. I'll jump that, and if I can, I'll just touch on Reuben. What I really want to get to, though, is the trade situation, so I'm trying to save most of my time for that. So,
all right.
Real quick, I mean, there's one of 3 things that can happen with Reuben, right? He gets, convicted and, obviously suspended by the league or whatever the case, or number 2, he could get the charges dropped, and he could still have his case pursued by the NFL like Ezekiel Elliott did. And then 3, everything goes away. They find out it was a whole sham, and Reuben's in the clear for that incident alone. I mean, he's still got the weed charge and the weapon, which is, that's pretty much already in the bag as a suspension or whatever the case right now. But I look at it like this: Ezekiel Elliott. I challenge anybody kind of to think that, and respectfully, obviously, anybody who thinks that he's going to stay on our team if he gets charged with these and convicted of these in court. It's just, I challenge anybody to name somebody for me in the last 5 years who's gotten convicted of a crime like that and has not got dropped from the team, let alone got back in the NFL.
That's true.
I get that he's a top-round talent, and I get that the fear of, we drop him in the Rams or the Seahawks get him. But, that's just, like the evidence has shown that if you get convicted, you just don't come back. You know what I mean? And I can see the argument for he's more of a top-round talent than Ray Rice or than Josh Brown, the kicker for the Giants, was. But, neither of those guys got back in the league after they admitted or got convicted of all this stuff.
And they spent how many years trying to petition their way back in? It was about 3 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the NFL messed it up, and I'll give some variance to this because the NFL messed that up so many times. Like, they just eventually were like, you guys just... we're just going to throw the book at you as hard as we possibly can. Now, the reason I think Zeke didn't really get it is because he got his case in court thrown out because of all the discrepancies that all the witnesses were happening and stuff like that. So,
maybe it was his talent too, but there was definitely an uproar throughout the fan base of the NFL period of like, hey, how did this guy who got his court case thrown out get suspended by the NFL? And I could see why he may have the leeway to be like, okay, I'm still in the league because you guys just think that I did it, but the court said that I didn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, like just a lot of unknown variables. It's always fun to discuss, but just like this, I think we're just going to wait it out and see where it goes.
We got to wait till the end of the month to find out more. This is what's so agonizing about Reuben's situation. They couldn't get through with it the other day, so we got to wait 2 more weeks so we can go through this again. Mm-hmm. We can't get over it unless we have Tremaine or somebody like that we think is going to help us out after the draft, and then we're going to be so affluent. Well, we got Tremaine. Reuben, man, it was all right, man, but you best. I could just, you know how people do, man. I could see that coming.
Yeah, sure. And I look at it like this, just to wrap it up real quick for myself at least. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Yeah,
prepare for him to be gone, and you cross your best fingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you're right. Goodell is gonna throw every last book at him that he has.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as like the whole draft situation, shout out to Lee. We had a really good conversation earlier during the Red and Gold GM about what we thought would happen. But if Tremaine Edmonds is available, like so he mentioned, if we trade up, if Chubb is there at like 7 or so, we trade up. That'd be pretty cool. But worst case, if he's gone, and Saquon and Quentin, these other decent guys are gone. If Tremaine Edmonds is there at 9, we take him. If not, I think we have to trade back. And I've got a couple scenarios going on here. I mean, if we trade back a few spots, we could go with Marcus Davenport. If we trade back towards like the back half of the first round, that's when we maybe start looking at Harold Landry, Rashawn Evans, the other linebacker out of Alabama, because he could play the Sam or he could play Mike. So I think he would be a good fill-in. And then the other thing I just wanted to kind of think about real quick with us all is that there's a lot of talk about us trying to trade back with the Bills. Now there's some points where we have leverage on that, and then there's some points where we don't. So the draft order, obviously, we all probably know is the Bucks, the Bears, and then us, and then the Raiders. Now none of us need quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So that being said, if the Bills wanted to trade up for a quarterback, like say one of the 4 guys is still available at 9, they can trade with the Raiders for cheaper.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Good stuff, Jay. We're gonna have to stop there, though, Jay.
Cool.
You know what? We're gonna be back with this show tomorrow, since it's opening day for the 49ers, and you can finish that point because I like this, and I love to see where it's going. But we are out of time. So anyway,
no problem, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bro.
All right, later.
Yeah, that's the thing. Discussing. That's what we talk about tomorrow. How they're going to manipulate this draft to come out with. And you know what? They can't leave this draft. Fam, the 49ers can't leave this draft without a really high prospects linebacker. That's the bottom line. They know Reuben Foster is not going to play next year. That's why they're not even going to bother to make him come in and work right now. Why would they? What for? Gosh, this is bad news. Hey, Mark.
It's the man, the myth, the 49er fan, legend. I'm with Ronbo Sports. Hit the like button.
My man, Mark. Well, Mark, you've heard the disturbing things we've been talking about tonight. You know what's so funny? Dez Bryant being on this team is one thing, and then you got the other contrast with Reuben, and then you got what are we going to do with the draft? So we got all kind of roller coaster of emotions going on here today. Where are you at on all this?
I'm with it, man. I'm with Dez coming. I'm not banging the table. I'm not going to argue with none of you guys over it because I don't feel that passionate about it.
Yeah.
But, I don't feel that passionate about to sit here and argue. I'm just with it from the aspect of just like we got Richard Sherman, we don't really know what he can do. It's like everybody's saying Dez can't do this, Dez that. The same people are excited about Richard Sherman with a fucked up Achilles.
Good point.
So it's like
good point. And Spurs rules.
Yeah, it's like right. So I'm not gonna say that just because I don't like him because I didn't like Richard. I'm just saying the aspect of Richard Sherman that gets in the opposition's mind, just like Dez and you got Pierre. It'll help Pierre. It'll help some of these other guys get open with them having to pay some attention to Dez being on the field. Now, do I want to pay him top dollar or overpay him or nah? I'm with, if they decide to do it, I'm gonna be happy. Yeah, that's it. I'm not beating the table for him though.
No, and it's a good point because the fact is, if he does end up on the team, it's because Kyle went over him with a fine-tooth comb, and he would work. Yeah, and I trust Kyle. So yeah.
But in regards to Reuben, man, I'm kind of still disappointed. Reuben, so I don't know if you know the rapper Fabulous. He's one of my favorite rappers out right now.
Fabulous, yeah, I know about that.
He got a domestic violence case going on this month. Reuben got one now, so it's kind of like for me, like, dang man, what's up with the dudes I like? So it's kind of been a bummer with these cases, man. I don't know how we address it in the draft round, but I still don't want to go in first round drafting linebacker. I know we got to replace him, but I'd rather.
Who are you going to get? I mean, who are you looking at for the first round pick?
I just want them to stick to the board because I feel like that's who they want.
Best player available.
Whatever they got. I honestly think this is, if I had to run the team, I'm going to grab Dez. I'm going to re-sign Eric Reed. And the reason is those are two players that come in and give an immediate impact to your team. And then from there in the draft, I can do whatever I want to do because they're kind of filling in some holes, is making your team – they're going to take your team to another level to where we can fill in some holes in the drafts and get whoever you want, whether it's an edge rusher or then you can replace Reuben, whatever else. If I had that's what I'm doing.
I have a feeling Eric Reed ends up with the 49ers, but not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe after the draft, anywhere after the draft and beyond, Reed could be back because he's made an offer to him that it's hard to refuse. He'll pay for the same salary he played for last year. I don't know what Eric was getting last year, but it had to be still his rookie contract or an extension from his rookie contract. Wasn't that his fifth-year option this year that they picked up last year?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. How much could it possibly be? It's not top dollar, but that just goes to show you how bad Eric wants to come back. So.
Yeah, I think he'll be back, man. I think that's when we fill that hole. I just don't. I know everybody wants these safeties, but when you got a player that you can grab that can actually play, already knows the system, and is going to do nothing but help the team. Whereas these rookies, man, we do not know. And that's why I'm with grabbing players that are available that we got proven. I know Dez is questionable. I know Eric is up and down sometimes, but man, I'd rather go in the draft getting the guys that, like a Reuben replacement if we're going to go those routes. Or edge rusher. Somebody, I don't know, somebody that immediately helps the team.
So. Yeah. And that's supposed to be a first-round pick. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that first-round pick. And they
because the guys are talking about James, and those are guys that like, oh, we can put him here, put him there, and he can play third down. And it's like, dude, why are we drafting the guy number one if we playing option? Like, this shit doesn't make sense to me. Like, you draft the guy. He needs to be on the field.
Yeah.
And do you think that dude that we've been looking at, I can't think of his name, but he's a troubled kid who left LSU or whatever.
From last
the edge rusher.
That's Key.
Do you
Arden Key.
You think that's dead?
No, Arden Key, from what I understand, he has some deficiencies in his game. I don't know if Salad's going to look at him, I guess, and some other guys are going to look at film, and then Adam Peters and Martin Mayhew. Now, that's a lot of dudes that know what they're doing. If Arden Key gets past them, he's got to be good. Because notice we didn't take no sorry people last year. We didn't get one draft pick that was actually sorry. All of them had upside.
Well, I thought we've interviewed with him a couple times. At the draft, he interviewed with us, and then we brought him in and interviewed with us recently.
Did he had either a private or a pre-draft visit? You're right. So they're looking at him.
Yeah.
So
he just came in recently, though, I thought.
Yeah, because I saw him on the list. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, we got to go. I tell you what, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow. Okay, if you get some time, hopefully you do.
All right, Rom. I just wanted to call in. I just wanted to hear everybody's opinion on the Dez thing, because I know where I'm at. I just wanted to hear that.
Yeah, no, and you made a good point too. If everybody was mad at Richard Sherman for coming over here, why would we get mad because Dez is coming?
Yeah,
that's an excellent point. So all right. And I think we acted the same way before Rich came too. All right, Mark. Have a good night. Huh?
All right. You too.
And I see area code is 323. It says Tina, Lacey, and Willie. I can see. Oh, you guys see it's a shared ID. Area code 323. Hello. Is this Tina or Lacey or Willie?
Nah, man, this is 49er dude, man. This is my wife. My wife's account, so it's under her name.
Oh, okay. What was your name?
My 49er dude, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. 49er. It's 49er.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, just real quick, man. I don't get good reception at my house, so I'm gonna make this quick, man.
It's okay right now.
Nobody's touching on the fact about Reuben Foster. Hey, man, if he punched her 8 to 10 times, wouldn't her face be enough proof to go ahead and throw him in jail?
Right now, right? Right now, that day. If I'm the police officer and I drive up and I see her face after Reuben Foster hit her that many times, Reuben's going to jail. Right now.
Exactly. So that's why I know he didn't do it.
Damn.
Okay? Nobody's talking about that. And those pictures would be all over the internet. Where's this woman's family at saying, oh, look what he did to my baby's face? Nobody's talking about that, bro.
I've already said that. I felt like I was being a jerk because, people say, Ronbo, what are you talking about, man? He beat that girl like that. All you talk about? No, I'm just saying, like you. If Reuben Foster, this guy hits grown men at a very high impact for a living. If he got mad and hit somebody, even if it's another man, he is going to look like really bad. That's why I want to worry.
Exactly. Her face would be broken. Any man's face would be broken if Reuben Foster hit them 8 to 10 times in the face. Knock it off.
And out of anger. That means that punch is coming even faster.
Exactly. So, yeah, man, I'm going to call you again some other day, man. I'm just so scared this phone going to cut off. I really want to get deep with you about our draft pick. I want Marcus Davenport. That's who I want.
All right. Yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah, because we got Chris Kiffin. We could work with him.
Marcus Davenport is fast, tall, long arms.
Yep.
He can hit.
And
so,
he can hit.
Man, it was great talking to you, Ronbo, man. I've been watching you for a long time, man. I just never call in because I get crappy service at my house, but this Reuben Foster thing has been bugging me because nobody's talking about the pictures or the damage on her face, man.
I said that
Where
last
is
week.
that?
I figured the DA is going to bring her in all wrapped up and bandaged. Because, I says, wait a minute, 8 to 10 times? So, I don't know. It's just, and like you said, there'd be pictures. As I brought up the example of Chris Brown beating Rihanna to pieces. When I saw that picture, I said, Chris Brown needs to have his ass whooped. And, that's what we should have expected from this.
Exactly. Where is it at? It would be all kind of pictures and memes and stuff all over the internet about that girl's face.
And Reuben would be done. There wouldn't be no trial. I would have been a trial 2-3 weeks ago. It would have been over by now.
8 to 10 times punched by an NFL pro football player, punched in the face. There's no need for a trial.
I know, right? It's obvious that this man is his time's up. Reuben, you will go to jail. All 11 years with no probation, Reuben. That would be the end of it. Yeah, so I agree.
On the spot, the police would have took him away, and he would have been done right there that day.
And as soon as Jed York seen the girl's face, he is so off that team. And I mean right now.
Right. And Lynch and Sammy.
Them two. But Jed would have came in and put the final hammer down on this. Because, Jed's always saying, well, ultimately every decision is mine to make. And as soon as he would have seen the girl's face, well, I don't want to see him anywhere in the complex. Get his stuff, get it back to him. That's it. I'm not going to put up with that. So it's just strange. Well, hey, 49er dude, let me. Did we lose him? Okay, he's right. His phone, his reception. Fia Eva, thank you very much. Oh man, it's Psycho Sid. I haven't talked to Psycho in a few days. Sid.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh man, I tell you, I wish it'd be a nice. Last year I think we were going through anxieties. I forgot what it was about, but we always have to go through every year with issues. Oh, right. What am I talking about? We had just went 2-14 before we went in. Right. And we were trying to figure. Well, we got Shanahan. We were happy about that. I guess it wasn't so bad. All right. But Sid, what we got? We got the trade down going on. We got the Reuben situation. We got Dez Bryant threatening to be a 49er, although Mark says we shouldn't be looking at it as a threat. But what are you thinking?
About the Reuben thing, if it's true, it's disgusting. But obviously, I think the 49ers just need to let it play out. There's a lot of angles to this. It's become a legal situation at this point. No videos came out. So I think it's just one of those things they have to just wait and see. That's all I want to touch on that, because that could get that's a conversation that can get really emotional.
Yes.
Right, next, the draft situation. I think just because of the top 10 with all these quarterbacks, it's going to have to be a wait and see thing, because there's going to be at least two more teams you think trade up into the top 10. You think Buffalo and the Cardinals, and possibly the Dolphins, because they're talking about possibly getting a quarterback too. So there could be a bunch of talent that falls to us, whether it's Chubb, Barkley, Nelson, or anybody. So I think it's just a wait and see thing. If the rare circumstance that they're all gone, you trade back. Maybe you pick up a Landry, a Davenport. It's a wait and see thing.
And you're right, Jim, because what if they trade back too soon? And like you say, there's 5 to 6 quarterbacks taken. The 49ers would have a choice of the top 3, and we're sitting down at 23. Oh, no. So, yeah.
But in the Dez situation, it depends what the money is. Obviously the fact that he hasn't even, we've heard nothing other than him showing interest in going to the NFC East, which none of the teams in the NFC East want him. There's been
what does that tell you?
No word. There's been no word. So that means his market that he was expecting wasn't there. Yeah. So if he's willing to go to a team it's going to be a 1-year deal, most likely.
Yeah,
on a 1-year prove-it deal, let's say we give him $5 million.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Ronbo. Why not?
Sid,
it's like one of those things. Like,
you're gonna give Dez Bryant $5 million? That's it?
We got the cap room, so it's not gonna affect any extensions. So
no, but that's Dez Bryant. $5 million. Hey, you know what? Give him some incentives.
If he was getting more than $5 million, Ronbo, he'd be getting paid already.
I'll take it for 5. You know what? I said, Dez, listen, I'm going to give you $5 million. But Dez, before you get mad, here's the thing. You could stand to make up to $15 million depending upon what happens this year. I'd build that incentive package up. If you could do that, Dez, you get paid. If not, Dez, listen, there ain't a lot of people out there screaming, please give me Dez. And if the ball's in your court, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and I think it was Pro Football Talk today or yesterday put out an article that said wherever he goes will depend on the quarterback. And they said he needs a quarterback that can get him the ball. Because, with Dak, obviously, let's be honest, Dak isn't a quarterback that's going to throw a wide receiver open. Hell no. Dak's a system quarterback that throws to, what the play set to throw it to.
Yeah.
So Jimmy's going to be able to throw him open. That's why everyone says, Green Bay. And I think that'd be a great fit for him, even though, that'd be bad for us.
Aaron?
That'd be a great fit for us. But, Ronbo, if he had Jimmy at the back there quarterback, that's a 3,000 times improvement better than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that's true too. I could be sold on it. If they could find the analytics, I need to talk to the PFF guys. Would it make a difference if you have a better quarterback than Dak Prescott? Because I thought Dak used to be pretty good. My mistake. Because I see what happened last year.
They got Allen Hurns, and the only reason why the cap, let's be honest, even though I don't like Dez, what he's been, his personality that's been shown on the sidelines, Dallas hoed him big time. The Cowboys fucked over Dez big time. They cost him so much money. They cost him a lot of stuff by cutting him almost a month after free agency. That's horrible. So one of your best players of all time, man, he has every right to be pissed off at him.
Well, you know what they were arguing, though? Jerry's been trying to talk him into taking a pay cut.
Yeah, what it was.
Dez wouldn't
No,
do
they
it.
never even offered him a pay cut.
I thought they did. I thought. Well, they said
No,
we need to cut you.
Dez said I would have accepted. Dez said I would have accepted a pay cut if they would have offered one.
Really? Oh, Jerry Jones has lied then. Okay.
No, they didn't even offer a pay cut, and the only reason why they didn't cut him earlier is because Jerry wanted him bad. He wanted to keep him, but everyone in the organization said, "Why are we keeping him for that money?" And Jerry Jones, infamous for being too emotionally connected to his players, tried to keep him for too long and ended up hauling him big time. Whatever, Ronbo. That's the sorry ass Cowboys.
Sid, we're done though. We got to do this again tomorrow. But excellent points.
Just announced, Psycho Sid will be representing the 49er faithful when they play in New Orleans at the Superdome this year, Ronbo.
All right.
I'm going to get the tickets as soon as they drop. That's the closest game to me this year. So.
And remind, you're going to be our go-to guy at the halftime then, all right? We're going to get that set up right now.
Yeah, I'll try to get it set up.
All right. All right, Sid. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow if you get some time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, bro. I didn't actually know Sid was out in New Orleans. Okay.
It's easier to be picked up online.
Oh, hey. Yeah, Sid. Yes, he should be picked up online, Sid. That's right. Sid must be kidding. He must mean he's going to go pick him up online.
What got picked up?
Yeah, he said you can get those tickets online. Are you riding down to the facility?
All right.
Oh, no, I haven't gotten them yet, but I'm saying I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
all right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. We don't even know when the game is. Come on.
That's right. I forgot it hadn't been scheduled yet.
Yeah. It could be next year. You don't even know what it's. Come on, I didn't even say I bought them. I said I'm gonna be something. I'm going to buy them.
There you go, Sid.
Come on.
We got you, fam. All right, Sid. Let me see you tomorrow. All right. Have a great day.
All right.
All right. And so. It's another James. Hey, James. James number. So we be James 2 and James 0.5. Hello.
Ronbo.
Yeah, James.
How you doing?
James, I've seen better days. I wasn't concerned about so many things as we are right now. So otherwise, if Reuben was going to be in OTAs tomorrow, I'd be great. And if the Dez Bryant situation is anywhere near as good and bad, or I just don't know where it is. Some people think it would be a good deal. It would work out all right. He needs a better quarterback. Dak is awful. It wasn't Dez's fault. I always worry about the designation of blame, though. And also, are we going to trade down? Those are the issues.
Yeah. I hear you, Ronbo. It's confusing. It really is. But,
really is.
We're in good hands with Lynch and Shanahan, and we've got to leave it in their hands.
Yeah, that's true. That is so
true. Hey, I've been a Niner fan for a long time, Rambo. I want to share something with you, man. I was a Raider fan when I was 19 years old, man. I was at Oakland Coliseum, and I was there August 12th, 78.
Okay.
When Tatum hit Stingley and paralyzed Stingley.
Oh, yes. Scary.
That's history, huh, Rambo?
Yeah, Darryl Stingley sitting in that wheelchair every year after that. That was sad.
It was a very sad day, and the day they pulled that gurney on the field, and there's no caution involved at all, and as they threw him on that gurney and dragged him off the field, it was just something to see. If you pull the video up, there's a lot of history there.
They just didn't know what they were doing. That might have been what caused the paralysis.
Yeah, you're right, Rombo. We've come so far in the NFL, and it's just we've got to feel good that they do protect those guys as much as they can.
Yeah.
Hey, Rombo, my son and I, we're season ticket holders this year, our first year, and it's something I've always dreamed of doing. We did it.
All right.
So we got opportunities to certain things that they're giving us, the SBLs. So the thing is, Rombo, we've got some tickets to go to the draft party, and my son and I, we wanted to know if you would like to go with us.
Are you going to the draft parties? Well, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. But you're talking about the draft party in San Francisco? Or
yes,
Dallas?
Correct. Where are you? Where are you at?
I'm adjacent to San. I'm way over in Marin. But you know what? I've already had an invitation or two already. I can't go to that because I want to be able to hear. I'm going to actually be right where I am now. so I could relay back and forth what's going on and hang out with the fans. But I do appreciate that, James. You got how many tickets?
Hey, I've got 4 tickets. It's just my son and I are going, and we got 2 tickets ready to go.
Extra.
We didn't know if you and your wife would like to go, or if you knew somebody that would like to go. We're ready to go.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. We should screen through people, and if you would like to go with James to the draft party and you're trying to get tickets, maybe we give those away. You know what, hey, James?
Hey, that would be cool, Ronbo. That would be cool.
Yeah, James, get a hold of me at ronbosports@gmail. Can you remember that? ronbosports@gmail.com, and we'll work it out and make sure that it's try to keep it as safe as possible. So you don't get some kind of nutcase. I like that.
Yeah, no, that would be cool, Ronbo. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Because I can see a Rams fan trying out just to give you a hard time.
Yeah. We don't need that. No, man. We need a good 49er fan, you know?
All right. So, James, get a hold of me.
Okay, Ronbo, I thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it. First-time caller, all new to me, but it was nice talking with you, man, and I really appreciate your show. You're very professional at what you do.
Well, thanks, James. Appreciate that, huh? And we'll talk.
You're
we'll
welcome.
talk shortly, actually. All right. Thanks, James.
Okay, definitely, and I'll get back to you, Ronbo. Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, appreciate it. I'll be looking for you, too. All right. Bye, James.
Okay, bye, Ronbo.
And area code is 702. Hello.
How we doing, Ronbo?
Hey, what is your name, 702?
It's Brazil, brother man.
Oh, Brazil! Hey, Brazil, you sound a lot different on this phone line, too, man. But there's only one Brazil.
Yeah, is everything cool?
Oh, Brazil, I wish, man.
The sound is...
Oh, you mean your connection? Yeah, your connection is cool, but our situation is uncool. I'm thinking, they told Reuben today he was not going to be able to participate tomorrow as everybody's going to meet up at Levi. And I wonder, are we going to trade down? Because I wish we weren't. And then, of course, we got Dez Bryant that's looking for a job, and will he end up in San Francisco? Now, I don't really want that to happen. Some people do. So, I mean, I'm not real. There's all kind of concerns going on. I can't wait until August, preseason starts. That means all this stuff will be ironed out by then. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think of Brazil?
I hear that.
Yeah.
Hey, as far as Reuben goes, man, in my opinion, the worst thing that could possibly happen happened.
Yeah.
But as far as the felony charges, I think that, like the gentleman said a couple calls ago, if they actually had all that evidence, you know what I'm saying, they would have presented it to the court already, and he would have been in some deep shit, and they would already had him in custody. As far as, I don't think that it's anything more than that, really. And I don't condone on anything like that, but hopefully that's all it is.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't see it going anything farther than that. I just think it's her being his baby mama and just wants to hold him down and let him know his place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's my opinion on it. But I'm gonna let that go, and hopefully everything works out with Reuben. He needs some time away. He needs to think about a little bit more than just football. And under my impression, he thinks that because he's an NFL football player now, that's gonna top everything, and that's his wild card. And it's not like that, especially when it comes to a situation that serious.
No, Ray Rice has already fixed that. You do this stuff now, and you got a big problem. So, yeah.
Yeah. But it's something to scare him, to keep him on eggshells, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now, as far as Dez Bryant, no interest. None whatsoever. Last time I called, if you've seen, I didn't even speak on OBJ. Dez, I'm the same way. I got no interest. I mean, he's cool, man. I'm not going to say he hasn't put up a 1,000-yard season in, 3 seasons?
Yeah.
But, hey, I'm pretty sure Jimmy could get it to him, and inside the core that we got right now, he would flourish, but no interest once again.
Yeah.
Now, back to the draft.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Tremaine Edmonds, man. I've been saying it the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, that linebacker right there, he could play anywhere. You could put him anywhere. In 2-3 years after he done went through the strength and conditioning and everything for the NFL, dude gonna be a monster.
Yeah.
He probably gonna be a defensive end in 2-3 years. Then gain 20 more pounds, 30 more pounds. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling
and
you, man,
another
that's
thing
what I'm
about
thinking.
him.
And he'll handle it easily because he's got all that length. So the more weight he puts on, Jadeveon Clowney ain't gonna have nothing on Tremaine Edmonds. If he gets up to 275.
You said exactly who he reminds me of.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
His block shedding, like the way that he goes after the ball, like that the offensive lineman, whoever it may be, the fullback, comes at him, his block shedding is immaculate. He just pushes off and he's on the ball like, whoa.
So that's like speed and quickness.
Yeah. Play recognition, got all of it. And after he's in the NFL, he picks up the speed and he's under Soleil's defense for a while. Man, he's going to be looking real nice.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm hoping we trade up, though. We need to make a lot of trades, I believe. We take Edmonds if he's there. If not, we trade down and start picking up pieces. We got 9 picks this year. There ain't no way that we going to leave that draft with 9 players. No way.
Because we don't need those, or we need more?
No, we don't. We're gonna use them as capital. We're gonna use it to move up in the rounds, move back up into the first round, move in the second round up higher.
That's a good idea, though. And just go after the players that we can use, because there's no play. You know what? We've already talked about this too. What do we need with 9 people bringing them into camp next year? We already got how many from last year? That, they're not going to get moved out. I even suggested we use a couple of draft picks from next year, because we ain't coming in this high again. So
not at all. I mean, Arden to move back up into the first round or move higher into the second round to pick up a Harold or a Arden Key or a Jairi Alexander. Any one of them players, man.
I forgot about Jairi too.
And I wouldn't mind like the only player I would move up for in the top 10 is if Chubb was there.
Oh.
And I wouldn't really use all that much to move up to get him, but that's neither here nor there. That's like just me dreaming.
You know what, though? It wouldn't be funny, though, if they did
play. But, hey, Ronbo.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Hey, it's a possibility. Right now, like I told you before, we sitting pretty, and either we going to move up, move down, move side to side. It don't matter. Like, we sitting pretty. It's going to fall in our lap.
Okay, I know. Nope. Brazil, I just noticed.
Yeah.
Brazil, let me see tomorrow if you got some time. Be looking for you, okay?
Thank you, brother, man.
Thank you, Brazil.
Nine Empire, shout out. You guys have a great night. Thank you again, brother.
All right, Brazil, thank you. And
take it easy.
All right, fam. Hey, Otis.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, baby?
Oh, yeah, Otis. You got the stay pat or draft down situation, and because you're looking at maybe potentially getting Marcus Davenport and Isaiah Oliver, and the pressure's off. Then you got Reuben Foster situation. He is not invited to come and join everybody tomorrow. And you got Dez Bryant running around all over the place talking about, y'all got a job for me. Y'all need a good wide receiver. I'm your man. Hey, Otis, you know what, though, Otis? One last thing, though, Otis. Dez is probably going to find out who the Cowboys... Oh, he can't find out yet, but he knows who's on the schedule already. He'll be checking out all those teams who play the Cowboys. Because Dez is mad.
Yeah, he mad. He so upset. They could have done him better than that, though. I'm not a Cowboy fan at all, but they could have done him better than that. I just don't feel like... I don't think Dez fit what we doing right now. Thinking like trying to get into the mind of Shanahan, I don't think he fit what we doing right now.
It's not.
I mean, I understand we got Jimmy G. Everybody want to get him another target, blah, blah, blah. You got it's only so many catches, only so many footballs out there. You got Garcon, you got Goodwin, You got Trent Taylor working the slot, and you still got Kittle, and we got the running backs catching up the backfield. There's, I want to see Kendrick Bourne and what he gonna bring, because Buddy was getting over. He was working the field. He was working the field. He was doing his thing. So I believe he gonna get the biggest opportunity going into this year to prove that he can be a dog, be that big time receiver. Dez Bryant, now the boy got game, but I just don't feel like he fit what we do. And then we got the Rams on the other side. Soon as shit don't get the going right, he gonna get the barking with Talib and Peters over there. We don't need that shit, bro. We don't need that, man. We don't need that.
You know what? I just want to key on something you just said too. That we don't mention enough. We don't have no number one receiver on the 49ers offense. Kyle uses all his weapons. You call yourself number one if you want to, but you may not get but 1 or 2 targets all game long. That's the point there.
Yeah, because in his system, it's an all-around team effort. Yeah. The backs want to catch a lot of balls.
That's
right. There's only so many balls to go around. You got possession guys and guard some. And Goodwin and Taylor can get open and take top shots. So, work them young guys in there. You got the tight ends you got to fit in. There's only so many balls out there.
It's all about the game plan. Yeah, and if Dez ain't number one on the game plan, he ain't going to be happy. So.
Right. He need to go somewhere where he can fit in and win, a good quarterback, good fit situation. It's just not in San Francisco, I don't believe.
Anywhere but here. But
But,
are we drafting down? Are we gonna? You think John's gonna stay pat with that pick? What is he gonna do?
You know what? I try to stop overthinking it myself. We just gotta fall back and let them hurt. Just think about it, Ronbo. Just think about it with the Reuben situation. If John Lynch and them guys, Mayhew and them guys Peters in there working with them. If they was like us, Reuben, man, hey, I already told you last time I talked to you, they was going to stash him. The only thing, like everybody say, the only thing that's going to get him cut and released for sure is hard evidence, pictures and all of that. But until then, he don't stash him all. He wasn't going to play no football this year. I knew that. So they just working on it. They focus on getting the players that they going to fit with the players we got. Because I'm excited for the players that we have. Buckman talking about turning those almost into sacks. He had a lot of plays where he just had a fistful of jersey but couldn't wrap the guy up. Still trying to shed blocks. So, with them 2 6'3" corners on the edge, with them safeties behind, I feel like we'll find a linebacker. I just started, we just got to move forward. It's an unfortunate situation. I love Reuben. I'm a big Reuben fan, but he's not there, man. We can't keep holding our head on it, man.
Yeah, I would have
I feel like they're gonna find somebody, man. And then it's last year. Remember last year we was during this time. It was speculation that we were trying to trade for a guy like Michael Kendrick, linebacker that was in Philadelphia. I don't, what I'm saying. I don't know if he's there's guys out there. And Michael Kendrick is a dog. He's like one of the fastest linebackers in the league. I'm not saying he's Ray Lewis, but he's adequate, so they're going to make a move. So we just got to be patient, man. Yeah.
And they're in the second year with Salah on this defense, which is making me feel pretty good about that. Because, every year we have to learn a new defense for the last 3 years, right? So, well, Otis, I'm gonna have to go, Otis, but I'm telling you, I'll look for you tomorrow. Hopefully you got some time and get on back in here, okay?
No doubt, Ronbo. Not an empire. Everybody keep their hands up, baby.
Yes, indeed. All right, Otis.
All right, now. Later.
So we go to Show Me the Money. Show me.
Show me the money. To Ronbo.
Show me. What's up? Nothing's up. Almost everything's down except for John Lynch, whether he's going to trade up or not. I wish, man, it's hard to figure out John Lynch. This organization is so good at keeping things close to the vest. The media's been guessing. They ain't right.
Which is good.
Yeah, and it's getting interesting. It's going to get more interesting next week, too.
First of all, I got to give a shout out to Brazil. That guy, man, he scares me. I'm glad he's on our side.
And number two, I am so opposed to trading our future draft pick because the last time we did that, we traded up J.J. Stokes, and we lost out. Yeah, and you know who we could have gotten? Who Baltimore picked?
That year?
Number 52. Yep, the year after. We traded our future pick, and we lost.
They used our pick. Who was that they picked up?
The best middle linebacker in NFL history.
Was that Ray's year?
Yeah.
We
lost him.
Was McLaughlin? McLaughlin was in charge at that time, right?
No, they got Ogden. They got two Hall of Famers. They got Ogden, and then they got Ray.
No, wait a minute. Trent was not in the picture that time. Who was our GM? Yeah, McLaughlin? It had to be McLaughlin.
I think it was Terry Donahue.
Who?
Terry Donahue.
Oh, I forgot about TD. All right. See,
sorry about that.
We've only had one GM that really made everybody. Well, I thought McLuhan. I thought McLuhan was really good.
McLuhan was good.
Yeah, I thought he was really good compared to Trent. Everybody's good, but McLuhan, I thought he made some good choices. He built that team that Trent took credit for way too much. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I just want to chime in, and I've been praising pass rusher, Landry.
I'm still on that, though. I'm still.
You know what? Right now, I'm not feeling good about Foster. I think they're going to drop him, and if we need to, Edmonds. It's either Edmonds or Landry. I'll be happy with either or. And we can't give up a future first-round pick, in my opinion. What do you think, Ronbo?
No, I agree. And the thing is, I've gotten on the Quentin Nelson trade as well. I've already said, and you're saying don't trade up, don't be giving away no future draft picks. But if the 49ers say next year we'll give up our second-round pick, and we'll give you a third-round pick right now, but you're going to give us your pick, and maybe it's the Browns. You take Quentin Nelson or Bradley Chubb. The Browns aren't going to give up that fourth pick, though. I think they're going to keep 1 and 4 this year because they stand to make themselves really good. They'll take Chubb, they'll take Darnold, or they'll take Rosen with number 1. Number 4, they'll take Bradley because it seems like they really want him so they can bookend him with Myles Garrett, which is brilliant. So, you'd have to go to number 3. And I don't know, who's at number 3? The Jets? See, the Jets aren't going anywhere. So you know what? The highest you could possibly get is probably number 5, now that I think about it.
And Landry's a better pass rusher, in my opinion, than Chubb is. Chubb is better all around.
See,
he can stop the run.
Yeah, see, that's a good point because we got enough beef to stop the run. It doesn't have to come from the edge. So you're right. Landry does have, from what I understand, his technique is better, and he had more production as far as sacks and quarterback pressures than Bradley Chubb in the amount of time when he wasn't hurt. Oh, there's another red flag though. Can Landry stay off the IR? So.
Yep.
Just
throwing it out there. All right, Ronbo. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bro. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks a lot.
You too. Thanks. All right. Hey, and there he is. It's CM Punk. You better not come up with a long intro. CM.
I'm gonna mess with you a little bit here. All right. Well, actually, we could talk first, and then I'll do it because it's funny, and I just messed it up. All right. So everybody, stop being down, man. Like Reuben did something stupid. That's
true.
one thing. Everything else is great.
Well, yeah. I just wish, take Reuben to jail, okay, but somebody please come and take his place and be as good. That's all. I think that's because none of us care. If Reuben did that, we stop caring about Reuben over and like right now. But somebody's got to come in and give us that same production. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about Reuben, but all I'll say about him is, like that one guy said, there would have been pictures and everything.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that still blows me away. And the cop Reuben should have went to jail that day, handcuffed and face down and everything else. I can't imagine what her face should have looked like, and blood should have been running from her ear. I don't get this. Anyway, too much to speculate. What else you got going on?
Like I said about Dez Bryant, if they want to go after him, I trust Kyle.
Yeah, we got him.
Okay, this right here is you. Whenever Kyle Shanahan tore apart our team, all right?
Okay.
Listen to this. All right, here you go.
This guy's got a house. You gotta get tired of your ass with him. Elementary school, junior high school, there'd be that dude that will whoop your ass every day, take your lunch money and shit, and eat out your goddamn plate, take sandwiches out your bag. Hey, you gotta give me 50 damn, I'll beat your ass. No. Hey, when the rest of them fellas bullying our guy. You gotta jump up when that motherfucker comes back to get your lunch money and shit. Bust him in the motherfucking nose!
And that's true, Hey. We can't. It's kind of hard to hear it though, Tyler.
Dude, you got mad on that day.
Yeah, I know. It's
the Falcons were tearing us up.
I know, and I really, we've gotten so many beatings like that. But those days, what's really good about this? We haven't gotten beaten up like that in such a long time that it's.
I know.
I don't expect that anymore. We were
yeah,
having a
exactly.
year.
Like literally, this past season, Kyle's like, we're done getting blown out every week. Like literally, in those days, the first half we would absolutely destroy those teams. In the second half, we just couldn't play at all.
Yeah.
Kyle, like we haven't. When's the last time we got blown out was when we played the Cowboys this past season. I don't even know why that happened. Actually, no, that's when we played the Eagles. I don't even know why either of those really happened.
Did we get blown? Hey, well, you know what? We didn't get blown out. I understand the 49ers defense was pretty good with the Eagles, actually. It's just that we couldn't score. We couldn't move the ball. How many points?
We were in the game at one point, yes.
Yeah. How many? They said that was the best game the 49ers defense actually played beyond. Yeah, that was they were starting to look pretty good then.
33-16 or something.
The thing is, I think they got a couple of turnovers on us or something as well, right? It wasn't the defense's fault. It was mostly the offense. Reuben wasn't there, and you already know that our Jimmy G wasn't playing. So, kind of interesting.
It's a good time to be a Bay Area sports fan, to be honest with you, because the Sharks are doing good. They're 2-0 in their series. The Warriors just absolutely murdered the Spurs yesterday, and the Niners are going to take over. And,
30-10.
Everything is good right now, and I can't wait to. I hope they have videos or something out of them tomorrow, because I want to see Jimmy walk into that building with that big grin on his face.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, since you mentioned the Sharks,
loves me.
we got to give a shout out to the Raiders, who pissed off the Sharks because the Raiders were supporting the Vegas team. I said, "Good Raiders, you idiots! You don't want to support the Sharks. The Sharks are all messed. The Sharks were all pissed off. So, hey.
The 49ers still have always been involved with the Sharks. Like, they've always supported them. So, I mean, they've been involved with each other.
Yeah, because that was what's her name was running that team for a while. Hey, we got to go, though, bro. Let me talk to you tomorrow, okay?
All right, and I'm thinking about naming my son Jimmy just to call him Jimmy G.
There you go. He's already having children and giving them names. All right. See you tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's Tyler. All right, let's it's the show. Come on in, show.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Big Show. It's pretty much at an even level now. Tyler just brought something to my attention that he's right. There's no point getting bothered by what's going on right now because it's too long to be bothered. It really is. We got months to go before the season. We got to wait till the end of the month with Reuben Foster. And, you might as well just get out of it. So what are you bringing to the table today?
Well, I was right about Reuben Foster all along. And remember, I was called crazy for suggesting him being cut by the team a long time ago.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of true.
And I also remember a point back in time where I was the first one on here to suggest Dez Bryant coming to the 49ers, and I was also called crazy for that idea.
Yeah, but you remember, wait, I just want to call one thing to that, though. Remember when you found out that he actually beat up his mom, I thought you jumped off that wagon.
Well, I've slowly returned onto that wagon.
Even though, huh? Okay. I mean, you don't have any passion for his mom?
Of course I do, but I haven't seen any reason to believe that he's obviously still playing in the NFL and was still on the Cowboys at that time, and he wasn't.
But if you can forgive that, I don't know why you can't forget Reuben, though. Forgive Reuben.
Well, it's the same way with you guys too, with Reuben Foster and not being able to winning Dez here too. So
I'm trying to forgive him. It's not working, but I'm trying. I can't forgive him for that. I'm with you on that, show. If we find out that Reuben really did that, I am so done with Reuben. I really am. So,
And if Dez really did that, do you think Roger Goodell would allow Dez Bryant to still be playing in the NFL right now?
I think it happened before he became a pro. Dez did that somewhere years ago, I think. I got to look back at that. That happened before he got into the NFL, as I remember.
Anyways, and as far as the draft goes, Ronbo, I am all for trading up to number 5 to get Quentin Nelson, because we just spent $137 million on a quarterback, and we need to protect him well. I don't trust Cooper, I'm sorry, but we need somebody better at guard to give Jimmy a little bit more time to read the field, because that's what he didn't have towards the end of the season. And I feel we should trade up again and get Quentin Nelson. I'm so sick of hearing about getting defense all the time for the 6th consecutive year. I think it's time we start to think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah, but you got to realize it's a good argument, though.
It is a good argument. It is a good argument, but we've been doing it for 6 years in a row now. So it's time
you got to do it till you
think
get it right.
outside the box and move on from it.
You're not going to win any games with a poor defense. You got to get it right. That's
you're also not going to win any games with a poor offensive line.
Well, I don't know that the offensive line is so poor now. They've made a lot of adjustments there. Show, you got to remember,
right?
You got Trent Brown,
realistically, they made one adjustment.
When you've got Badles on your at your tackle, you're automatically in trouble. I mean,
right.
And you got Kilgore in the middle, and you made a change there. You got, and I don't care what anybody says, Cooper's a badass. His problem is staying on the field, and we don't know what we got with Joshua Garnett. You're actually premature condemning that offensive line, honestly. But all that aside, though, I do like Quentin Nelson, I must say. But I don't know that offensive line is trash. No. I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go as to say as far as it's trash. I would just say it's sketchy right now. Very sketchy.
I think
Trent Brown is very inconsistent. He's always been unhealthy and unreliable for us.
No, he's been very good at
How do we know he's not
quarterback.
going to continue those injuries?
Injuries. Well, I think wasn't last year the first time he ever had that long of a stretch out?
I think the year. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
As I remember, that's his first time ever getting hurt. Last year was his worst, actually.
Kaepernick.
Yeah.
I think with Kaepernick, he was also injured.
No.
So.
No. He's been an Iron Man. Last year was his first time he had 2 times out. Yeah, he played the whole season. It was Joe Staley the year before with Cap, I think. Yeah, it was Joe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, it's.
So yeah.
But anyway,
I'm
we're going to see.
tired of defense. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're tired of it, but show, you know what? You're going to have to continue to get tired. We got to stop teams. You don't want shootouts every week because you're not going to win those. If you continue to do that, you don't have a chance to win. We know our offense is going to score points right now. no matter what. You're not going to stop Kyle Shanahan with that offense, not with the players he's got now. Now, what you don't want to do is get into that 37-32 game or that 41-39 game. That's what you want to avoid, right? I mean, doesn't that only make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
you know the way I look at it, Ronbo.
Real quick.
If you purchase a property on the water, the first thing in mind when you are under contract is what type of insurance you want, and that's flood insurance. And Quentin Nelson is flood insurance for our property that we just invested in.
He could be, but he is a rookie. The guys you got out there now are not.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right.
All right.
Well,
man.
it's a healthy concern. I agree. You should worry about Jimmy, but I think the worrying is a little too much right now. That offensive line's not that bad. Showman, look for you tomorrow, though. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Shout out to everyone. All right. Good night.
All right, fam. Whoa. Rhodes Matheson. Give these Rams fans a long. Rams fans, you guys need to have a good time now because it's going to be really a sad occasion coming up real soon. You're going to get real disappointed, Rams. I'll tell you right now, you still don't have anything but Jared Goff as a quarterback, and you and I both know he is not a championship caliber quarterback, not yet. Maybe in a couple of years, but he ain't ready for prime time. And as I last checked, and I keep an eye on your linebacking crew, Kyle Shanahan, he will crucify that area all game long. You're going to bring Talib and Peters up a lot? Good. As they're coming up, Marquise Goodwin is going down. Now what you going to do? You see, you guys have more to worry about than you've already got overly confident about. For that reason, it's been requested I give you one of these. Niners! You know what I'm doing? I'm going to go ahead and one of our people is going to be at that stadium. Hopefully they can find a PA system. I'm going to have them connected. And I'm going to give you that same shot again. oh, my, Jesus is my king. And Jesus, he has a message. I love you, Kim Boutro. Kim Boutro? Where's Kim Boutro? Oh, no, don't tell me Kim Boutro's with us. There's Kim Boutro right there. Oh, Kim, I never knew that you never put your last name down before. I think somebody likes you, Kim. A lot. Yes. Oh, must be working them Rams fans together. What do you got? Kim gives a thumbs up. All right. There you go. Jesus is my king. Your message has been received. Oh, God. Who we got next? It's Nate. Ooh, Nate. I heard something.
Can you hear me?
Barely, Nate.
Yeah.
You sound like you're
I'm here.
underwater.
Not anymore, though. I just woke up underwater. What's up, man?
Nate, we're just doing a Sunday thing, man. We're looking at some of the things that are going on. We have Reuben Foster that will not be participating. They just made that decision. Before they said he was going to be allowed to come in and camp and join his teammates. Now they're saying Reuben Foster will not be allowed to come and join his teammates tomorrow. And everybody else will be there except for Reuben. I feel bad, Nate. They've isolated our boy, and he made it, this is his problem. He did this to himself. Well, it appears that way now until we find out more on the 30th. And then we have Dez Bryant running around looking for a job. And is he going to end up in San Francisco? And is John Lynch going to trade down and lose that primetime spot, but go down and get guys like Isaiah Oliver and Marcus Davenport, because it's okay to draft those guys down a little further down, but you just don't want to take them at number 9, right? So, I mean, those are some of the things we're throwing around. What are you thinking?
We could just throw the house at to get our guy, our pass rusher. We could throw the house at it. We could give up the number 2 and give that 9 up, and then try to jump down and get the guy we all want, San Francisco, Bradley Chubbs. We can do that, man. We might as well throw the house at him. We're not going to be losing for a while.
That's what I'm saying. We're not going to be back here next year anyway. So, you know what? I like that. Somebody even suggested using next year's second-round pick, if that's what it takes.
Yes. Throw the number 2. Throw the number 2 out there, and then we can get that number 1, and then number 2. So we got 2 this year, and then we got another 2 next year. Maybe throw a third round. I don't care.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, we got
need
2
that.
third-round picks.
That's something that we've always suffered, you know.
Mhm.
That's a
We
need,
need
man.
three-
We need that need to be filled.
I agree. We need 3 or 4 of the best players in this draft. And if you got to get rid of all your assets to get them, that's not a bad thing, is it? You know? Now you think of it. Now you mention it.
Not for us right now. Not at the point where we're at. We're not in the rebuilding. We're actually trying to win now.
Yeah, we're rolling now, Jack. We just need a couple of pieces. Yeah, I agree.
That's about it. Yeah, throw the house at it now. I honestly don't think we should sit back. Cause now I'm thinking that you know how everybody's worried about getting Dez Washington or whatever, that corner? You know why I think that?
Did you call the man Dez Washington?
Yeah, whatever his name is, man. 'Cause, you know, the corner.
Yeah, no.
Dez and Washington, whatever his name is.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
Everybody's worried about that.
I think it's about Dez B. Oh God. No, I the corners. I was talking about Marcus Davenport and Isaiah Oliver. Who are you? Oh, you talking about Denzel Washington?
Yeah, Denzel Washington, right? That guy. I mean, okay. The reason I don't even care for his name, you know, there's a reason I don't care for his name. But now I'm thinking because everybody's saying how he's a small corner. The reason I think Kyle Shanahan will probably take him is because the Rams have got Cooks. They need somebody that can cover the small receiver. This is why I'm thinking they might even grab him now. That got me thinking.
That's really funny.
Maybe this is why they're trying to target him.
Denzel would be all over him too because he's got the speed to keep up, and he's like chewing gum. And once he locks on you, you ain't getting away. I do like that about him. But the first round pick, I don't know. You think the 49ers would go that route in the first round? Because you got to get him if you want him. You got to go the first round pick.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds like it would be a quality pick for them at that point in a way because we have to try to cover those wide receivers they has got in L.A., you know. We got to shut down Rudy's a big mouth. So,
okay,
is that his name, Rudy? The guy who always calls in and tries to, like, get us all riled up?
But you know
Rudy
what, though?
Cootie.
Brandon Cooks, you know what? Brandon Cooks is, he may be good. I don't know that he'd be worth that kind of concern, though. Because remember, after he gets past a certain point down the field, I got something for that ass. If Adrian Colbert's out there, he cannot outrun Adrian Colbert. So this is the thing. He doesn't scare me. Yeah.
There's a strong safety in the. I don't know his name. I keep forgetting these guys' names to draft, and he's a big guy. He's like 6'3". He's a huge safety. You've seen him, right? I think it's like Dwight, something like that. It starts with a D. You know who I'm talking about?
No, I'm
big safety. He's a big safety. I mean, this guy is. I mean, he reminds me. If we get that guy, I know everybody's high on Colbert, but oh my God, this guy, man, on film, I don't know. I believe this guy can put some hurt, man, in people. So
is he fast? You see, speed is essential. When you got big, you're probably not that quick. Colbert's an unusual kind of a freak. Can close on plays really quick. If you're going to be the over-the-top safety, you have to be the eraser. If a mistake is made, you got to be able to close.
Though?
I don't know who it could be.
Film? I got to get his name for you.
Yeah, get his
I got to get his name for you, man. Have you seen his film?
Maybe it may have.
No, you don't know what you're. He's like Earl Thomas, but he's bigger, like completely bigger. He'll lay you out. He's like 6'3", but he's like Earl Thomas. He'll lay you out.
He
can read the field
safety?
as well.
Huh?
Yeah,
man. What school?
He can lay
do you
you
know
out.
that much?
I don't know, man, but he's a big safety. He's like they got us taking him at 9.
All right. Well,
he was like in one of our draft boards.
Oh, you're talking about Derwin James. He's 6'3". I forgot about Derwin. You know what? Oh, Kaiser White. Yeah, Kaiser White. It's Derwin James, though. I just realized you're talking about what you're saying to fit his description. Derwin's 6'3", blazing fast, hits like a hammer. Yeah. Derwin doesn't. You got to put him in the box, so you're not going to put him. He's not going to be the over-the-top safety. He could play it, I guess, but you don't want to put him there, though.
I think he would be anywhere. He could fit anywhere. He's like a hybrid player. You know, you could bring him down linebacker and bring him up. You know, like you said, box him, or you can put him over safety.
You know,
I like him.
Yeah. No, he's a good ball player.
Maybe he can even pass rush. Who knows?
Yeah, Derwin's going to be taken early. You He's not going to get to 15.
He's a top safety.
Yeah.
No, he's a top safety. Yeah, he's really a top safety. But you said it right. We got Colbert, but this guy makes me rethink Colbert in a way, because I like him. So
yeah. Well, we got
there's
to
a lot
go.
to think about this draft.
Dan, I'm going to go.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you what
man.
I'm going to look for you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
If you get some
man. If
time.
I'm not dead, but all right, you take it easy.
No, we worry about that all the time, Nate. Keep your head up. All
All
right,
right,
Nate.
later,
Have a good night. Oh, God. And are we going to the Sheik? Sheik!
Ronbo! Let's wake up!
It's time!
It's time for the Sheik.
Well, Sheik, what's on your mind on this particular night of mixed emotions with the 49er fan base as we find out that poor Reuben will not be, I don't know, call him poor Reuben. Reuben will not be invited to the complex tomorrow along with all his teammates because of his situation. And, of course, you know about Dez Bryant trying to get a job. Is he going to be with us? And then, of course, it's John Lynch. How's he going to manipulate this draft? That's the fun stuff.
Well, how I look at it, Ronbo, they put him on you can't come to the facility and you can't show up. So what does that tell us? That means they are slowly made the progress to moving on from Foster. Because they know there's going to be 10 games or maybe
minimum.
More on it. Minimum. So they are moving on because they already know, what's the point? He's going to come in. He's not going to play this year. That's why they're looking at Edmonds. If he does not fall, we have to trade back to that part of that situation. But I think Foster, he's I believe finally he got the slap in his face. Maybe being in that courtroom kind of woke him up. But who knows, because a lot of these head cases that come in this league mess it all up for them, like Alden Smith, for example. It's really ridiculous. Sometimes they have to pay the dues to wake up in this world of this roller coaster life that we're all in. But the thing is, you have to overcome it. And has he overcome it? No. So he needs that slap on the wrist. If he needs to wake up from that, he needs to wake up. The Dez Bryant situation. Yes, he had a situation in the past. He's bad with the media. But his numbers have been dropping off because of the quarterback situation. But my opinion with Dez Bryant coming with us, it will improve his stats and our offense because we need that red zone threat. And if we don't go for a certain player I love, Dez Bryant could help that situation. But if he doesn't go to Washington as he wants to go, that's fine.
Is that where his destination? Is he trying to get into Washington now?
I believe so, because he said NFC East.
Yeah, because he wants to play the Cowboys twice a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has the opportunity. Alex Smith, obviously can play with him. But the Kyle Shanahan situation, I think they're really looking at these linebackers, and I believe he's going to be his draft. But I'm going to tell all the Roquan Smith fan, you need to stop with that. Please go watch some videos. He is terrible. That guard destroyed him. Please watch some tape. He sucks. He's, not because he's small. There's a lot of small linebackers in this league, but he absolutely sucks. He gets rocked. He gets tossed like a bad potato. You just toss him on the side. He sucks. We do not need Roquan Smith. If Edmonds is not there, we need to trade back and get Vita Vea because we need to replace Mitchell. And then if we want to get maybe a Landry if he falls, but I don't want him. I'd rather get what's his name, Key, but I doubt that's going to suit because he might be another head case. That's worries me, so they might pass on him. But we need so much, Ronbo. People think we're going to be in the Super Bowl. I understand. I'm with you. I want a Super Bowl. We need players. We're not looking good right now, guys. But the bright side, we have our quarterback. And all the Rams fans I see in your chat room, you guys have golf. You guys, he doesn't.
They don't
sorry
understand.
as hell.
I've been trying to explain to them. They don't understand. Golf is not a championship caliber quarterback. Not yet. He's got about a couple of years before he even gets into that class. He panics under pressure.
Exactly. If we had to talk Gurley, you know how good we'll be? Like, come on. It's like, Carlos Hyde is like, he's a right-in-the-middle guy.
Yeah.
So you need to stop the noise. And you guys have won Super Bowl just like the Seattle Seahawks. We are in the top of the food chain. You guys still the bottom feeders.
Wait.
You need to go back where you came from.
You need to keep this in your bullet case. The Rams don't have this Rams team here. They don't have any Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
That Super Bowl win was in St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So St. Louis, they had their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Los Angeles never did because they can't become the sorry ass Rams. So
That's it.
I'm gonna add that to that.
The only LA team that's won Super Bowls was the LA Raiders, and that's it. Rams,
and
you know it's true.
Yes, and you're sharing the freaking stadium with another team, so you guys are sorry.
But UCLA, so So I'm
Definitely, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right,
But anyways, Ronbo, I don't want to keep you on the time, but hit that like, hit squad, faithful, Nighthawk Club, share, and we all love you, Ronbo. You're the best.
Thanks, Sheik. I love you back too. Have a great
Can
night.
Can I get a Niners? Can I get one Niners before you go?
Hey, before I go though, we got to remember, if you'd like to get involved with this conversation goes on. Anytime you get ready to call football, you got to get a hold of this guy right here. Go to, this is on Facebook, SOHEL space RAD. You say, hey, are you Sheik? Sheik, I heard about it. I want to join the party, man. And he'll put you right in.
And by the way, I believe his name is JB. My bad. Re-add me. Send me a message. I'll re-add you on there. And another thing, Ronbo, obviously share. And I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm just going to leave that thing and leave it to you, and you enjoy that show. And just don't forget to tell the people, hit that like. End of the show.
And you do such a wonderful job. I think it's done. Sheik, I'll talk to you later. See you tomorrow, actually, okay?
All right.
All right, fam.
Oh, you definitely will. Hit squad!
Oh, this is good. I'm looking at the chat. It says, Ray Arvizu says, the SC Trojans have more fans than the Rams. Or as he calls them, the Lambs. Or the Lames. I do wonder, though. Okay, SoCal is divided between the Lakers, SC, and UCLA. And now, of course, the Chargers are hanging out over there. So actually, I think the Rams have the smallest cut of the pie, and they've got to fill that billion dollar stadium. It's going to be really funny, because if the Rams do get their butt beat next year, because what they're trying to do right now is the Rams are trying their best to piece together this team that's going to build a fan base. The thought of it failing just makes me laugh so hard. So the Rams go out and they get Sue, and they got everybody, got the dual all-pro secondary. And they got Gurley. Look, Gurley's just been raising hell last year. Then they got Golf, who probably needs a little more time before he's going to be able to scare anybody truthfully. And they come in. Oh, don't let them finish less than second in the division. I'm going to lose my mind laughing as that stadium goes up, and they're going to say things like, well, we've already made an approach to see if we get the Tennessee Titans in there. I understand they don't want to be there anymore. And also another team is going to move in. And what about the Rams? Well, we don't think the Rams aren't going to be that big of a draw, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to move out. How about the Raiders? Bring them back. Well, we've thought about that. Yes! Oh, America 81. Yo, Ronbo, how do you feel about Will Hernandez? Hey, Will Hernandez, I really like Will Hernandez. I just wonder, Will Hernandez, that's a big dude. And what I like about Will Hernandez, watch the film on him. Once Will locks up on a dude, that is it. He frustrates defensive linemen like crazy. I'd love to see Will Hernandez and V. Veda. I'm serious. Will's a tough dude. Akil Raju says, what do you think of Rashawn Evans? And I need to go look at Rashawn Evans again. Is Rashawn Evans anything like... See, that's... There's not a lot of players like Reuben Foster. He's just come in the NFL and do what he does. Let's see. It says, I'm F-R-E, chefs. I'm F-R-E, chef, S-H-F-A-C. It's not the kind of word you're going to be able to pronounce, right? So I'm just spelling it out. If you could have anybody in the draft, who would it be? Like, you know, I remember I said yesterday I'd be worried about going wishy-washy. Now, I was a huge Quentin Nelson fan the other day. I still like, and not because of what Show says. I'm not tired of building the defense, but I do like Nelson because of his attitude. When he said things like, yeah, this guy's out there, Fletcher Cox, guys like Aaron Donald, they're pretty much doing what they want to in the NFL, but I think I can... I think I can stop that. I really think I'm that guy. I've been a fan ever since I read that. I'm that guy. Hey, Brunel Jacobs, haven't talked to you in a long time. You should do a fantasy football league with us. That would be fun. You know, every time I get invited to fantasy football every year, but I never have the time to really put into it, so I don't get into it. But thanks for the invitation, though. Fam, it's going to be all right. I think we'll come back tomorrow since it's opening day of the season, basically. And let's just talk about what, at the end of the day, what we heard, all right? Because, you know, the media's going to go nuts talking about Reuben. You know, I wish it wasn't happening. Dang it. What are you going to do? Hey, fam, all right. And just have a Jesus, my King. I see you, man. You still giving me props, but Jesus, my King, man, you're special, man. Thanks. I love all the Night Empire, though, man. Y'all know, us. It's gonna be all right. All right. See you tomorrow. Night.